8%. Chapter 41 System Upgrade. Thousands of times the mineral resource reward. Start rioting. First update. P.S. The first update, the book will be on the shelves in 2 days, and the protagonist will also enter a bigger stage. P.S. At that time, please support readers and brothers. Successfully promoted to a first-level civilization. 100-fold increase system upgrade. New feature, a 1,000-fold increase in rewards for mining minerals. Here, Qin Sheng has just confirmed that the name of the civilization force he created is, after the Great Qin Empire. The first thing that sounded was not the prompt of the game, but the prompt of his own 100-fold increase reward. A new function has been added, which increases the reward of mining minerals by 1,000 times. This is good. Qin Sheng was happy in his heart. He now has only a dozen warships. Why? Isn't it because of the limitation of mineral resources that he can't build too many warships? Now, with a 1,000-fold increase in minerals, then he has enough resources to be violent. Riot. Thinking of this, Qin Sheng felt very happy. At present, the remaining resource storage in the base is 236,436,110 tons of metal, 23,019,800 tons of purple crystals, 2,246,110 tons of heavy hydrogen energy. At present, various mines, metal refining plants, and purple crystal synthesis plants in Qin Sheng Base are fully operational. It is enough to produce 7 million tons of metal and 700,000 tons of purple crystals every day. The mineral 1,000-fold increase reward through the new function of the system. It can produce 7 billion tons of metal and 700 million tons of purple crystals every day. The only fly in the ointment is, on the planet where Qin Sheng is located, the ocean has already been bombarded by the previous red dragon scale bullet. All evaporated. Qin Sheng cannot obtain any deuterium and tritium elements. The deuterium element is the so-called heavy hydrogen. It is also a very important fusion energy element in fusion energy systems. A sin. Qin Sheng couldn't help but sighed. The red dragon scale bullet was shot down, and part of the planet's land plate was shattered and thrown into space. The enormous energy also evaporated the entire planet's oceans. He can't mine any deuterium and tritium now. Qin Sheng turned his attention back to outer space. The planet Morans has 2 moons. The size is slightly smaller than the moon. Qin Sheng can only send ships to go to these 2 satellites to find energy that can be used for fusion instead of heavy hydrogen. Shouldn't be hard to find. After all, hydrogen and helium are the most abundant elements in the universe. As predicted, the battleship had just landed on the 2 satellites of the Morans planet, and after a little inspection, helium-3 was found. Both satellites have a lot of storage of the element helium. Build factories directly on these 2 satellites. After a 100-fold increase, up to 10 million tons of energy can be obtained every day. As for the total reserves of helium-3 on these 2 satellites, the combined total is less than 10 million tons. This Qin Sheng doesn't care. He trusted his system. You are already a mature system, and you said 1,000 times the mineral resource reward. I believe you can solve this matter. In fact, the system can really solve it. Thousands of times the mineral resource reward, the extra resources will not consume the storage capacity of the planet's resources. After solving these things, Qin Sheng first checked the achievement of the founder, and Shanghai Games rewarded him with the primary transition engine. Secondary civilization primary transition engine. This engine can detect the fluctuations of the cosmic string and locate the coordinates of the 2 stars connected in series in the cosmic string. Thus, through the cosmic string, the superluminal tachyon channel is opened, and the transition to the vicinity of the target coordinate point. This technology can theoretically be researched at the second-level civilization technology level. However, the difficulty level and the time consumption are so long that most second-level civilizations do not have enough scientific and technological background to research and develop. Therefore, this primary warp engine is more commonly used in third-level civilizations. But because it is a transition engine of primary technical means, it is extremely unstable. Use the course if not led by a sufficiently experienced navigator. It is very likely to lead to deviation from the coordinate destination, and there have even been unfortunate civilizations that deviate from the coordinate destination by tens of thousands of light years in history. 100-fold increase. The primary transition engine has been strengthened. Transition engine. This leap engine technology has been stabilized, and it is an engine commonly used by the 4th-level civilization. But the amount of energy that needs to be consumed is also more than 100 times that of the primary jump engine. It's a good technique. Qin Sheng sighed slightly. With this jump engine technology, I want to go to another planetary system across hundreds of thousands of light years. There is no need to rely on the curvature engine to fly slowly, but it can be reached more quickly. In addition to this warp engine, Qin Sheng also has 10 galactic technology reward chests. Qin Sheng is not going to keep it. Directly open 10 consecutive draws. Hope you get something good for yourself. Dot. Ding dong, open the Galaxy Technology Reward Chest. Congratulations, Sublight Missile Technology. 100-fold increase. Congratulations, 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile technology. Ding dong, congratulations on getting 1 million tons of metal, 100,000 tons of purple crystals, and 10,000 tons of heavy hydrogen energy. 1,000-fold increase in mineral resources. Congratulations on obtaining 1 billion ton of metal, 100 million tons of purple crystals, and 10 million tons of heavy hydrogen energy. Ding dong, congratulations on getting 10,000 technical points. 100-fold increase. Congratulations on getting 1 million in technical value. Dot. After the 10 Galaxy Technology reward chests have been opened, Qin Sheng only gets one useful tech. 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile technology. The other boxes are not resources, but technical values. But because of this, Qin Sheng's resource reserves have reached a very high value. 5,236,436,110 tons of metal. 523,019,800 tons of purple crystals. Heavy hydrogen energy 52,246,110 tons. In addition, 4 million technical values have been added. Qin Sheng's current technical value reserves have reached 20.96 million. Dot. Although no other technologies have been developed, Qin Sheng feels good about the 10 times light speed curvature engine missile technology. Because of this technology, Qin Sheng can split out the 10 times the speed of light curvature engine technology. This way the speed of his fleet can be increased again. Although there is a jump engine, the jump engine can only jump from one star coordinate to another star coordinate. The 10 times the speed of light curvature engine is still very useful. After all this is done, Qin Sheng is ready to start the storm. 6. 9%. Chapter 42 10 times the speed of light curvature engine technology. Start rioting. Second update. 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile technology. This missile is equipped with a mature curvature engine, and the explosive part of the missile is an ultra-high-yield hydrogen bomb. Although the cost is expensive, it can reach an attack speed 10 times the speed of light. The general third-level civilization has no corresponding interception means. But because of the characteristics of the curvature engine, it is not the missile itself that moves forward, but the space where the missile is located. Therefore, the missile itself does not have the corresponding kinetic energy impact. If you want to attack heavily armored targets or planetary battle stars, please honestly use the corresponding kinetic energy shock weapons. The hydrogen bomb, a weapon that has been developed in the Earth Age. However, there is no upper limit to the power and equivalent of the hydrogen bomb. As long as there are enough resources and technology, you can build as much as you want. The power can also be multiplied. Therefore, the hydrogen bomb can be said to be a weapon that will never go out of style. Even those fourth-level advanced civilizations that Qin Sheng saw in his previous life. Among the weapons their fleets are equipped with, there is still a place for hydrogen bombs. The hydrogen bombs of the fourth-level advanced civilization fleet are also generally equipped with superluminal curvature engines. In terms of technical power, it is countless times higher than the hydrogen bombs of the Earth Age. Moreover, with the promotion of civilization level, the development of technical power, fleet tactics must also be changed accordingly. Generally speaking, the fleets of common first and second level civilizations are in pursuit of maximizing firepower. Often the fleet will employ dense tactics. The distance between each warship should not exceed 2 kilometers. Although the first level civilization also generally has hydrogen bombs, because the speed is not fast, it is easy to intercept. It does not affect the intensive tactics of the battleship. However, higher civilizations have more powerful weapons. And faster, usually faster than the speed of light, difficult to intercept. Therefore, in order to prevent our own fleet from being too dense, it is directly reimbursed by a superluminal hydrogen bomb from the other civilization. Therefore, in the fleet of higher level civilization, the distance between each battleship, usually more than 1,000 kilometers. This also makes the vastness of the battlefield, the length of the front, bigger and longer. Qin Sheng is also ready to adopt this tactic in the future. After all, his future opponent is not destined to be a low-level civilization. Consumed 5 million technical points. Qin Sheng instantly completed the split of 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile technology. Successfully separated the technology and missiles of the 10 times the speed of light curvature engine. Of course, this technological split does not mean that Qin Sheng has lost the technology of 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile. Qin Sheng still has this technology. And on the basis of this technology, the 10 times the speed of light curvature engine used by the battleship was also obtained. And the huge amount of technical value consumed by this advanced technology also made Qin Sheng feel emotional. Advanced technology is advanced technology, and the technology value consumed is also different from other junk technologies. In the next few days, Qin Sheng started frantically building ships. In Qin Sheng's plan, he will first have 10 fleets. Each fleet is centered on a Han Gaozu class aircraft carrier, with 2 Hongwu Emperor defensive battle cruisers, 10 Hanwang class general purpose cruisers, 10 Qin Wang class attack cruisers, 90 Wuanjun class pulse heavy artillery frigates. This is the configuration of a fleet planned by Qin Sheng. And such a fleet includes warship operators, maintenance technicians, and shipborne marine regiments. The total number is more than 845,000. 10 such fleets. It requires at least 8.45 million personnel. If it is calculated according to the existing population assembly production speed. Assembled 8.45 million tactical humanoid girls, Saint Heli elite girl warriors, Ether Dragon girl warriors. Qin Sheng needs more than 3 years. This was unbearable for Qin Sheng. So the only option is to build more population assembly factories. After using 21st level civilized building instant construction orders, Qin Sheng reduced this time to 48 days. 48 days, Qin Sheng can accept. Another thing is that there are currently not enough general building blocks for battleships. A Han Gaozu class aircraft carrier requires 100,000 general construction modules for warships. At present, the reserves of Qin Sheng's general purpose building modules for warships are only 127,150. And if the construction module is not used, a Han Gaozu class aircraft carrier, according to the existing engineering capabilities, will take 40 days to build. Qin Sheng has to build more battleship production lines. At least 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers have to be started at the same time. After spending 10 more instant construction orders for first-level civilization buildings, Qin Sheng got 10 brand new aircraft carrier manufacturing lines on the surface of the planet. Now Qin Sheng's first-class civilized buildings were constructed in an instant, and there were still 465 left. Still plenty. Qin Sheng had to make himself the fastest to form a fighting force. After all, he had killed a corn bloodthirsty demon before. This will undoubtedly attract more corn eyes. But it didn't. Until now, Korn's attention in the Bose galaxy has not risen. This is the biggest abnormality. Qin Sheng was able to deal with the crisis that might come as quickly as possible. There are still ample resources. After opening the box, Qin Sheng obtained at least 5 billion metal resources. I accidentally wrote a typo in the previous chapter. And now Qin Sheng produces 7 billion tons of metal per day. It only takes a day or two to have enough resources to start building 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers at the same time. And now, Qin Sheng had to get the rest of the battleships out in seconds. Qin Sheng did the math, he didn't lack resources now. But the general manufacturing module for battleships is not enough. There are only 900 inches Wuanjun class pulse heavy artillery frigates. It has to consume more than 200,000 general manufacturing modules for warships. And he now only has more than 120,000 general manufacturing modules for battleships. These battleship modules are still there. Wait until you need a second battleship before taking it out. Qin Sheng thought for a while and decided to keep it. 9%. Chapter 43 The Emperor Can't Beat Our 41 Alliances. Third update. Qin Sheng then began to order the construction of more battleship production lines. Strive to be within 40 days. The 10 fleets that were planned to be built, a total of more than 1,100 warships, were manufactured. Soon, under the blessing of various large-scale construction machines and some first-class civilized buildings, the instant construction orders. A large production line of warships established on the surface of the planet. Looking from space, you can see the scarlet planet that has turned into a dead star and is missing a corner. Buildings rose up quickly. Numerous construction machines and engineering humanoid girls are busy. Billions of various mineral resources are transported here every day. The first to be manufactured was the Hwangin class, pulse heavy artillery frigate. These frigates with a length of more than 500 meters are the easiest to manufacture. However, because of the use of plasma pulse weapons, the maintenance cost of heavy hydrogen energy required by these frigates is not at all lower than that of the King Chin class attack cruisers. That's right, maintenance costs. The number of battleships was sparse before. The maintenance costs of warships can also be calculated less. But now, with the increase in the number of warships, it will soon be able to reach the scale of more than 1,000 ships. Qin Sheng also had to let people calculate the expensive maintenance cost. Every warship needs at least 1 ton of heavy hydrogen resources to maintain. More than 1,000 warships, in general, require at least tens of thousands of tons of heavy hydrogen energy input every day. Keep the equipment of the warship well maintained and ensure the most perfect combat readiness at all times. If Qin Sheng didn't have 1,000 times the material reward, then he couldn't afford to support these warships at all. Can't even make it, not to mention feeding. Qin Sheng's future fleet, one day's maintenance costs, will top all the heavy hydrogen energy production income of other players. Just when Qin Sheng was engaged in construction in full swing. In his spare time, he entered the Galaxy public screen to chat. It is to witness a protracted scolding battle. Dragon Country players plus some small day players, scolding stick players. According to Qin Sheng understand, the scolding didn't last long. The Dragon Kingdom player, who has always had a bitter hatred with the Shaoshan player before, is in this scolding battle. The muzzle of the gun was aimed at the stick player. Long Ri is friendly by sticks and belongs to Yes. And Qin Sheng looked inexplicable. Why is it so good, and suddenly scolded? And look at the screen refresh speed of this Galaxy public screen. At least tens of millions of players are scolding here. Qin Sheng was confused and sent a Emperor. But is it such a fast screen refresh speed? Qin Sheng is mixed in it. No. Was also noticed. FK. The Emperor has finally appeared. Emperor Boss, you finally appeared. Countless Dragon Kingdom players screamed and boiled. And Qin Sheng was even more confused. What's the situation? Then he took a closer look at the situation. Immediately understood. The stick is itchy again and wants to be beaten. At this time, Qin Sheng saw a message from It. At Emperor, the coordinates of our galaxy are X, Y, Z, which are the coordinates of our three-dimensional coordinate system in the galaxy. Are you good at fighting alone? A person can play a fart. Now come out and mix, you have to have power. We have at least 17 alliances in the Korean Cosmos Consortium. Can you beat our 17 allies alone? Not to mention, in our galaxy, there is also the Murray Lighthouse Consortium, the third largest in the Galactic Alliance. No matter how good you are alone, can you beat our 2 alliances and dozens of alliances? No, if you can't, then don't call the Emperor such an arrogant name. Call it trash. Group after group of stick players, you say everything I say. They even directly stated that the Murray Lighthouse Consortium of the Lighthouse State was behind them. Lighthouse Country player. Lighthouse Country players never expected it. They were directly backstabbed by the stick. The Murray Lighthouse Consortium is dominated by 3 alliances. Holy Angel League, Galaxy Lighthouse League, and K League. These are the 3 most powerful and core alliances. In addition, there are 21 peripheral alliances. Together, these 24 allies formed the Murray Lighthouse Consortium. Gabriel, the leader of the Holy Angels Alliance, is currently discussing matters with the leader of the Galaxy Lighthouse Alliance, James, and the leader of the K Alliance. Suddenly I saw the information on the Galaxy Chat public screen. The 3 of them were collectively Spartan. Occasionally bought karma. The IQ of the stick is really low, and he is really brainless. Although it is true that they are secretly supporting, but you can't just say it directly. But seeing the stick, he said it directly. The players of the Murray House Lighthouse Complex can no longer watch the show. Gotta come out to the stick platform. Gabriel. Emperor, I admit that you are very strong, but no matter how strong a person is, his strength is limited. The stick player is right. No matter how strong you are alone, can you be the enemy of the 2 of us? This sentence sent out, Gabriel felt relieved. After all, the anger had always been held in my heart before, even if there was a stick in front of me. There is no comfort that he came out to fight the Emperor in person. Besides, we are hundreds of light years apart. Are you able to come here? At this moment, James was silent for a while and said, Gabriel, the Emperor seems to have obtained a leap engine before, which means, yes, it is possible for him to come to us directly across a distance of hundreds of light years. Broke continued. Immediately, the atmosphere was a little dull. Cough. Gabriel coughed dryly and said, Don't be afraid, we have 24 alliances in our consortium, and there are also 17 alliances on the stick. Adding up, there are also 41 alliances and 4 or 5,000 players. No matter how strong the Emperor is alone, he will not be able to make waves in the face of our 4 or 5,000 players. Could it be that our 4 or 5,000 players can still be destroyed by him alone? It's impossible. It's impossible. After thinking about it clearly, Gabriel spoke with great confidence. 9%. Chapter 44. Our lighthouse players will definitely beat the Emperor. Fourth more. P.S. Fourth, ask for evaluation tickets, ask for monthly tickets. Ask for all the data. P.S. In addition, thank you readers for your rewards. Thanks bro for being cute. Face lighthouse players and stick players. Chin Sheng didn't say much. Just made a sentence. Emperor. You can't beat it, you can only know if you beat it. In addition, wash your neck and wait. What the hell? Gabriel and the other players from the Lighthouse Kingdom suddenly widened their eyes. You are alone, so arrogant, do your parents know? Can this be tolerated? Must not endure. The leader of the K Alliance, Sui Kai, stood up. Emperor, don't say it's so dead, or when you surrender to us, you will not be able to hang your face. James, the leader of the Galaxy Lighthouse Alliance. Emperor, I admit that you are very strong and you are a first-level civilization, but the gap between the first-level civilization and the 0.7 level civilization is not very big, it's just that your civilization level is higher. But no matter how much they said, there was no response from Qin Shang. It made them feel a little bit like they had all been punched in the face of cotton. Force can't make it out. Fake. What is he? A person dares to fight against our 41 alliances. You dare to be so arrogant. Gabriel couldn't hold back his anger. Immediately ordered. Step up to prepare for battle. When the time comes, we will make this emperor kneel and beg us for mercy. Everyone, all the fleets that can be dispatched are dispatched. We must maximize our momentum. All the fleets are dispatched. Don't you stay home. James frowned. He was a sane man. War with the emperor is now certain. To be honest, James didn't take the Emperor to heart, after all, he was just a person. What worries James now is the first-level civilization force in their galaxy, the Crimson Industry United Empire. The Crimson Industry United Empire is a first-level civilization in their galaxy famous for its heavy industry. A combination of multiple races. Powerful. And now their Murray Lighthouse Consortium is at war with the Crimson Industries Consortium Empire. The sixth-level space city they captured before belonged to the Crimson Industry United Empire. It has now become the headquarters of their 3 alliances. The Crimson Industry is a first-class civilization, and its technology level is slightly higher than them. The beautiful home lighthouse complex relies on thousands of players. Only a large number of people can barely beat the Red Industry side in the war. It's fine to leave a small part of the defending city, as long as we don't lose our 6th-level city. Gabriel has his own calculations in mind. Although their Murray Lighthouse complex is only ranked 3rd among the Galactic Players Alliance. However, as long as they are loud enough, after defeating the number 1 Emperor, they can definitely go a step further. Let all the players in the Lighthouse country overwhelm the players in the Dragon country. Therefore, Gabriel is going to spend some heavy hydrogen energy this time, so that all human players in the galaxy can see this battle through the Galaxy Chat public screen. By then, they had thousands of players. Add up to at least 100,000 warships. The shocking scene of 100,000 warships scattered all over the space will definitely shock other players in the galaxy. Here, Gabriel and the others are preparing. On the other side, Qin Sheng was exploring the distance between the target coordinate point and him. The galaxy in which the Marillion Lighthouse Complex and the Korean Cosmic Complex are located is the Sanma Galaxy. There are 2 stable star systems. One of them is a red giant. An old star. Therefore, the mass and gravitational force are extraordinarily huge. The radius of the galaxy is 1.5 light years. It is about 137 light years away from the Bose Galaxy where Qin Sheng is located. The distance of 137 light years, with the speed of the leap engine, is enough to reach in 10 days. Here Qin Sheng needs a huge amount of technical value. although his current technical value is still 11 million. But still not enough. After all, a leap engine cost him 5 million. In the future, I went to the Holy See of Judgment and exchanged some higher level technologies. Qin Sheng also had to spend technical points to instantly complete the technical containment. The technical value required for this is enormous. Just right. When you are drowsy, you come to the pillow. There are so many people and so many battleships on the players and sticks from the lighthouse country. It is estimated that it can contribute a lot of technical value to him. And for their strength, Qin Sheng didn't take it to heart. But in the galaxy, a large number of Dragon Kingdom players began to worry about him. The second-ranked Kyushu Consortium and the fourth-ranked Fenglangjusu Consortium sent private messages to Qin Sheng. Master Yao of the Daxia Alliance, Emperor, do you need help? You have a leap engine, and the channel opened should be able to pass through more than one fleet. Jinhua Alliance leader Jinxiu, Brother Emperor, we need to defend 2 local galaxy civilization forces, but we can still organize an expedition fleet of 30,000 battleships. As long as you say something, Big Brother, open the transition channel, it's all over. Ming Taizong, the leader of the Daming Alliance, Brother, we won't say anything else, as long as you open the transition channel, we will seal all the 200,000 warships of the 24 alliances of the Wolf Juxu Consortium without leaving a single one, and they will all be able to pass through. The barbarians of Fanbang who ride on horses, FK him. In this regard, Qin Sheng said that it is not necessary. Although the number of warships in these complexes is large. But Qin Sheng knew that most of them were ordinary frigates. Not to mention the slow speed, and if he really went to them for support, he would definitely waste a lot of time. Qin Sheng had to prepare to find the Holy See of Judgment. I don't want to waste too much time. Moreover, Qin Sheng really doesn't take those players from the Lighthouse Kingdom and the Banksea Kingdom to heart. Emperor, thank you for your concern, but those people are nothing more than chickens and dogs, not worth mentioning. Qin Sheng rejected all support from the Dragon Kingdom Alliance. After the news came out, it caused a huge wave among the Galaxy players. Gabriel, the leader of the Holy Angel Alliance, ha 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 ha. I thought the Emperor was a smart person. After all, if he really opens the transition channel to recruit helpers, then we will admit it. The leader of the K Alliance, Xiaokai, yeah, from this perspective, the Emperor is not ordinary stupid. Ha 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 ha. Countless Dragon Kingdom players began to worry about Qin Sheng. You said, can the Emperor's boss win? This is not certain. After all, the Emperor is only one person. The enemy is 2 unions, dozens of allies, and thousands of players. He has rejected the support of others. It's difficult. I think this time, the top position of the Emperor's boss is not guaranteed. Humph, what kind of Emperor? I think he eats shit, and he dares to provoke the people of our great universe. Kill the coin stick, get out. 9%. Chapter 45 Some people believe in me. Gain psionic power. First update. PS. First update. Still the power of many people. This is common sense. Now basically the players in the galaxy are worried about Qin Sheng. Although on the leaderboard, the Emperor ranks first. However, the rankings are arranged according to the civilization level. The Emperor alone created a first-level civilization force. Needless to say, the Emperor must be strong. However, no matter how strong you are still alone. As the saying goes, 2 fists are no match for 4 hands. Singles do not fight forces. The Dragon Kingdom players are very worried that the Emperor will lose. Many people also sent private letters to Qin Sheng, asking him not to go alone and find help. However, the native players of Boios have formed a completely different atmosphere from other players in the galaxy. They laughed and watched the players of the Lighthouse country speak arrogantly on the public screen. He secretly said in his heart, you know nothing about power. At the beginning, I saw Qin Sheng's cannonball turn an entire planet into a Death Star, the terrifying power. So far, the players of Baos have nightmares again and again. Especially Megatron players. Even the leader of the Alliance can still dream from time to time that he was on the original Morin's planet. In the face of the collapse of the planetary plates and flying into space, the oceans evaporated, and the endless dust obscuring the doomsday scene of the atmosphere, the powerlessness and fear. This kind of power can never be countered by ordinary people. Give an inappropriate analogy. As the saying goes, extremes must be reversed. After the people of the Megatron had seen the power of the Emperor with their own eyes, the deep fear of the Emperor suddenly turned into infinite reverence. How much fear was before, how much reverence the Emperor is now. Many booze players have turned into the Emperor's licking dog, proclaimed the Emperor's might throughout the booze system, and declared that the Emperor was absolutely impossible to defeat. Even, Jen Chongtian changed the name of the Megatron Alliance to the Emperor God Cult. Combined with the alliances of more than 10 other constellation systems in the constellation of the constellation of the constellation, they formed the Emperor Cult Consortium. He served as Pope himself, enshrined the statue of the Emperor, and began to preach the greatness of the Emperor. And this is something Qin Sheng never expected. Qin Sheng himself was in the Bose constellation galaxy, and naturally discovered this. For their behavior, Qin Sheng is not ready to control. However, there must be some warnings. Qin Sheng personally warned Zhen Chongtian, I'm not going to take care of your behavior, but your previous behavior of Megatron must be changed. If I find out that you are doing things in my name, then I will be the first to kill you. In this regard, Zhen Chongtian is naturally extremely frightened. Only then did he realize that even if he didn't face Qin Sheng face to face, you can also feel that kind of shocking power in the dark. I've changed my mind and personally executed 13 allied members who committed crimes. From now on, we will all follow your lead. It stands to reason that Qin Sheng should stop this kind of misappropriation of Qin Sheng's portrait rights. But Qin Sheng did not stop, but acquiesced. It's because Qin Sheng found out that he got some benefits. Ding dong, your influence has spread throughout this galaxy, and some people have begun to spontaneously form beliefs in you. You gained a little psionic power experience. 100-fold increase. You have gained 100 psionic power experience. Your psychic level has risen to 1 level. That's what Qin Sheng gets. And this kind of benefit, faith becomes a god. This is something Qin Sheng never expected. Qin Sheng can only say, please continue to intensify. Qin Sheng in his previous life also pursued the power of psionic energy in the early stage. However, the request failed. After the middle and late stage, Qin Sheng discovered that the higher the psionic energy, the easier it is to be bewitched by the evil god of chaos. He just gave up. And in this life, Qin Sheng had the Emperor's halo. He and his subordinate races are directly immune to the bewitched by the evil god of chaos. Qin Sheng's thoughts about psionic energy got up again. After all, something like psionic energy is powerful and easy to use. He is still an ordinary person, how can he not use it? However, Qin Sheng thinks, no matter how easy it is to use psionic energy, battleships and fleets are still the absolute main force in space. Psionics is only an auxiliary function, sufficient for self-preservation. P.S. The theme of this article is still the bombardment of space warships, and psionic energy is only icing on the cake, and will not become the main force. Time passes gradually. Soon, 40 days have come. At this moment, Qin Sheng received a prompt from the system. Ding dong, the manufacturing of the super battleship has been completed. Inside 10 large aircraft carrier manufacturing plants, 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers were assembled at the same time. Each of these ships is 16 kilometers long, 6 kilometers wide, and 3 kilometers high, a real behemoth. Countless engineering humanoid girls control various large-scale machinery, like busy ants, in and out of this battleship like a huge building, doing the final finishing touches. And Qin Sheng himself wore full coverage armor and stood in front of a Han Gaozu class aircraft carrier. Looking up, Qin Sheng found that he couldn't see how tall the aircraft carrier was. A Hua-engine class, pulse heavy artillery frigate with a length of more than 500 meters is also as small as an ant in front of this giant ship. Emperor, work done successfully. 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers have been built. Neil, the leader of the engineering humanoid girl, stood beside Qin Sheng, her flaxen front hair slightly covered her eyes, and he embraced the engineering control tablet with both hands, speaking timidly. Very well, Neil, you did a great job. Qin Sheng smiled slightly and reached out to touch Neil's flaxen hair. Thanks, thanks, thanks. Neil's face instantly turned red. Facing the Emperor's compliment, she was excited and seemed flustered and at a loss. At this time, El Bai Nen's arms directly wrapped around Neil's slender shoulders, and the sunny and beautiful face smiled broadly. Ha, Sister Neil did a good job. Now that we can have an aircraft carrier, the fleet can last for a long time. Voyage. When are we going to fight? Ella looked at Qin Sheng expectantly. Exactly, there is a mission here, Ella, you go with a fleet. Qin Sheng nodded slightly and said, what mission? Ella's eyes lit up. 10%. Chapter 46 More than 100,000 battleships. How do you fight me, Emperor? Second update. PS. In the second update, the author has just commanded the city as an official of the Alliance. We started the server relatively late. Meow, the 5th level city in this 2 seasons is a bit difficult to deal with. Fortunately, it was defeated. Now Qin Sheng's strength is stronger than before, I don't know how many times. Civilization panel. Civilization name. Great Qin Empire. Civilization level. First level civilization. Number of controlled planets. 1. Location. Galaxy 0521 Bose. Galaxy occupancy. 10%. Population. 11 million. Owned fleet. 10. Own a warship. 10. Han Gaozu, class aircraft carriers. 20. Hongwu Emperor, class defensive battle cruisers. 200. Hanwang, class general purpose cruisers. 200. Qin Wang, class attack cruisers. 900. Huayanjin, class pulse heavy artillery frigates. Civilization daily resource output. Metals. 7 billion tons. Purple crystals. 700 million tons. Energy. 70 million tons. Imperial First Fleet. Fleet Corps. Han Gaozu, class aircraft carrier X-1. Hongwu Emperor, class defensive battlecruiser X-2. Hanwang, class universal cruiser X-10. King Qin, class attack cruiser X-10. Huayanjin, class pulse heavy artillery frigate X-90. Fleet crew, 845,000. And there are 9 other fleets like Qin Sheng. After entering the first level civilization, the value of the ship-to-ship firepower of the battleship is no longer calculated. Because these are false. Below the first level civilization, everyone's technology level is similar, and they basically use the same warships. At this time, the warship's anti-ship firepower value is more important, and it is also the standard for judging the strength of the fleet. However, after upgrading to a first-level civilization, the gap in technology will gradually widen. Different technology levels have different methods of calculating fleet firepower. Therefore, at this time, the value of warship-to-ship firepower has no effect. The comprehensive strength of a fleet begins to judge the technology, defense, and quality of commanders of the fleet. Wait for a combination of factors. And the most important thing is the level of technology. As for the task of attacking the Murray Lighthouse complex, Qin Sheng was handed over to Ella. Let her be the commander and lead part of the fleet is enough. Qin Sheng doesn't need to send out too many fleets. Trima Galaxy. Murray's Lighthouse Complex, Level 6 Space City. At this moment, a large number of fleets from various alliances have been assembled near this space city. The densely packed battleships occupy almost the entire starry sky. Each alliance fleet occupies a piece of space. Gabriel stood in the corridor in the space city, looking at the universe through the huge window. Looking around, as far as the eyes can see, there are the fleets of the Murray Lighthouse Complex everywhere. You can't even see it all at once. Gabriel's heart was filled with incomparable passion. This is the fleet of our forces, he thought proudly in his heart. With such a huge fleet, who would dare to compete with him? Not even the Emperor, Gabriel. At this time, footsteps sounded, and Broken Kai and James, who were wearing exoskeleton armor, came over. Broke has pure blonde hair. When he was still on Earth, he lived in Texas, America, and was a standard redneck. And James is more cultivated than Broken Kai. How many fleets are assembled now? Gabriel asked. We have 20 alliances and 2,000 players here. The remaining 4 alliances and most of the players stay in their respective bases and space cities. This time a total of 60,000 frigates, 40,000 destroyers, 16,000 cruisers, 1,500 battle cruisers. No aircraft carrier. A total of 117,500 battleships. After James finished speaking, Gabriel nodded with great satisfaction. Although we don't have an aircraft carrier, the number of battleships alone has already won the Emperor too much. As soon as he finished speaking, Gabriel seemed to remember something and asked, "Where's the stick?" There are 17 allies on the stick, and they must have at least 10 allies. Before this sentence was finished, James's face showed a look of embarrassment. Before he could speak, Sui Kai snorted coldly and scolded, "Those sticks are soft eggs without eggs, 17 allies, only 6 came. And even these 6 allies who came, only half of them came. It's barely 300 people. The frigates add up to less than 9,000. 4,500 destroyers. 900 cruisers. There are less than 100 battle cruisers. Adding up, there are about 14,500 battleships in front of you. After speaking, Sui Kai snorted with disdain and scolded, "These yellow-skinned monkeys are very powerful when they yell." They really started fighting, and only so many people came. Coward. James glanced at Broken Kai again and said, "It would be nice if they could have some people here. We are the absolute main force. To deal with the Emperor, we have absolutely enough people." After speaking, James looked at Gabriel again, thought for a moment, and asked hesitantly, "Is there really no more troops left? The Emperor has only one person. In my opinion, even if 10,000 warships are dispatched, it is considered a promotion. He is. And our enemy also has the local Crimson Industry United Empire." Gabriel smiled, patted James on the shoulder, and said, "It's okay, we dispatched so many battleships this time, just to let players all over the galaxy see our strong strength. The solution to the Emperor is just incidental. The real purpose is to show strength. It won't be long before it's over." But even if Gabriel said that, James was still a little uneasy. He didn't know where the unease came from. But, bad things are bound to happen. The Bose constellation galaxy. Near a star, this incomparably huge, scorching fireball suspended in space continued to burn. The endless boiling flames fluttered on the surface of the star, and from time to time there were some bursting movements, and a tongue of flames dozens of kilometers long spewed out. 10,000 kilometers from the star. A 4.7-kilometer long, Hongwu Emperor, defensive battlecruiser slowly stopped in this space. That's right, one battleship. Qin Sheng only dispatched one battleship. Ella stood on the bridge, her long golden hair tied into a long single ponytail, and the hair hung down at her waist. He wears a large brimmed military hat on his head, and a pretty face is very arrogant. "Start the leap engine, target, 3 horses sit in the galaxy, set off." Inside the battlecruiser, a huge amount of heavy hydrogen is fused into a huge amount of energy, which is charged into the jump engine. The technical humanoid girls on the bridge began to plan the coordinates. The transition engine begins to pass through the star, opening the channel of the cosmic string. The next moment, a huge, blue ray void appeared out of nowhere in space. The conventional engine at the rear of the battleship started, driving the behemoth into the transition channel. 10%. Chapter 47. The Emperor is counseled. Only send one battleship. Third update. P.S. The third update. On this day, in the galaxy, basically all human players did not take their fleets to explore. Instead, they all stayed inside the base, opened the Galaxy Chat public screen, and kept an eye on what was going on inside. The Emperor ranked first in the rankings must fight against the Murray Lighthouse Complex, which ranks third in the ranking, and the Dahan Universe Complex, which ranks 100th. There are at least several thousand people and hundreds of thousands of warships over the lighthouse and the stick. As the Emperor only one person. It seems that there is really only one person on the Emperor's side. How to fight. No matter how strong the Emperor is, he is still alone. On the public chat screen, many players who didn't understand things before, but now suddenly know about it are dumbfounded. How could the Emperor alone fight against the 2 great unions? The alliance players of several large alliances in the Dragon Kingdom can only be anxious. Yao, the leader of the Kyushu Commonwealth Daxia Alliance, said, "Hey, the Emperor is so stubborn, and he doesn't want our support at all." Wang Tianan, the leader of the Fenglangjusu Consortium and the Great Han Alliance, said, "That's right, the Emperor is probably going to be miserable now." The Pope of the Emperor's divine religion was soaring to the sky. HMPH, how could you group of mortals understand the realm of the Emperor? I have seen the divine power of the Emperor with my own eyes. Shazong is speechless. Great Universe Han, the leader of the Great Han Universe Alliance and Great Universe Alliance, Zyba, the Emperor's bullshit Zyba Shinwei, I think he should beg for mercy as soon as possible, Smecta. I am now in our galaxy 20 million kilometers away from the star. I am here, live streaming for you, waiting for the Emperor to appear. Ha ha ha, the achievement of killing the Emperor will be completed by me. The leader of the Great Universe Alliance, Great Universe Han stood on the bridge of his flagship and laughed. The Murray Lighthouse player has already said that he will lead more than 10,000 battleships in the lead. When the time comes it will be his. This makes the big universe Han excited. It is enough for him to lead 14,500 warships. Moreover, in order to deter the coming emperor, he specially ordered that the fleets of his allies should be arranged in a dense formation. The distance between each frigate should not exceed 500 meters. Up and down, left and right, front and rear, all are battleships of the Korean Space Consortium, hereinafter referred to as the Korean Union. The Ionian fleet awaits the appearance of the Emperor's fleet. And just behind the Yonhap fleet position, 30 million kilometers away, the densely packed, more than 100,000 warships of the United States fleet, which occupy almost the entire starry sky, are waiting here. Gabriel paid close attention to the movement ahead. For him, the stick in front is nothing but cannon fodder for the front line. If they could deal with the Emperor, that would be great. If it can't be solved, then let them all die, and then go on their own. Although Gabriel believes that the 14,500 warships of the Korean Union in front may be enough. At the same time, Gabriel has already opened the live video in advance, and the link is on the Galaxy Chat public screen. Let everyone see the power of their American fleet. The image of the United Fleet automatically appeared on the public screen of the Galaxy Chat. All players can see it. The terrifying power of this densely packed more than 100,000 warships. So many battleships. Good guy, this is enough to fight a real first-level civilization. The people of the American League have made a lot of money this time. Can the Emperor win? It's unlikely. For a time, the players who had low confidence in Qin Sheng were even less optimistic about Qin Sheng. The leaders of several major alliances in the Dragon Kingdom also began to send private messages to Qin Sheng. They hoped that Qin Sheng would retreat despite the difficulties. It's okay to lose some face. If you lose your life, you can't pay for it. Life is more important than face. And the Pope of the Emperor's divine religion sneered. A group of chickens and dogs are not worth mentioning in front of the Emperor. As soon as the Emperor's army arrives, these turkeys and dogs will all turn to ashes. He and the players who joined the cult of the Emperor are confident in Qin Sheng. Just when Gabriel was immersed in the players shocked by the size and number of his fleet, he received a letter from Han in the universe ahead. Outside the star, the transition channel is open. Gabriel's heart jolted, and he quickly asked, how many warships have the Emperor come? It appears to have been an ST-59 class defensive battlecruiser first. After the big universe Han finished speaking, he stopped talking. Gabriel was in a hurry. This is the first one, what about the next one? What warship is behind? He quickly asked. What's behind? What else? Big universe Han was stunned for a moment, and then stuttered, no. Gone. Everyone was stunned. A battleship. Are you sure you're right? The big universe Han directly sent the video image. I saw a transition channel glowing blue against the star. In the passage, a battle cruiser slowly drove out. Then, the transition channel is closed. Near the star, with a radius of 20 million kilometers, there is only this battleship. 20 million kilometers away are 14,500 warships of the Korean Federation. 50 million kilometers away are more than 110,000 warships of the United States. On Qin Sheng's side, there was only one battleship. There's really only one battleship. Gabriel was stunned at first, and then anger emerged. We attach so much importance to it, and we have pulled out hundreds of thousands of warships. What about you? Only sent one warship. Galaxy Chat public screen, countless lighthouses, stick players are laughing. Ha 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 ha, only one battleship was sent to die. At Emperor, cowardly, I know that I can't save my face if I don't send a battleship, but I'm cowardly, so I only send one battleship to die. At Emperor, ha 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 ha, come out and talk, send a battleship to let those people under your command die, is it really okay? Endless sarcasm pointed at the Emperor without hesitation. There are also many people who have been shocked by the Emperor's cult. At Junchongtian, come out and talk, didn't you say that the Emperor is invincible? Why is there only one battleship here? Yes, this is also called invincible. His face turned green. Nima, he is saying that the Emperor is invincible, but the Emperor, the old man, can't just send out a battleship. This makes him how to blow, how to wash. At this time, a sentence appeared on the Galaxy Chat public screen. Emperor, one battleship is enough to deal with these turkeys. Everyone was stunned. 10%. Chapter 49 destroy tens of thousands of warships with one blow. What happened? Fourth more. P.S. Fourth, the book will be on the shelves the day after tomorrow. P.S. Brothers readers, please give a first order to support it. The author is begging. Gabriel's anger is stronger than ever. Only one battleship was sent, and it was so arrogant. Well, then you can see how my more than 100,000 warships killed your warship. Gabriel gave the order. Give me the stick in front, and don't destroy that battleship. Capture it for me. One command. The closest to the Qin battleship, the 14,500 Korean Union fleet 20 million kilometers away began to move. Ha ha ha, brothers, come on, don't destroy him, land, land. Capture him. Han Lien, the leader of the Korean League, laughed, and he was still a little uneasy in his heart. But now seeing that the emperor really only had one battleship, all the anxiety in my heart disappeared. Doesn't this go up? At this time, the 15,000 warships of the Korean Federation were just about to move. The Great Emperor Hongwu class defended the bridge of the battlecruiser. Ella pulled out a wicked smile on her face and said, "Launch curvature engine missiles and give them some color to taste." Understood, Sister Ella, just look at it. The technical humanoid girls in the bridge were also smiling, and the voices of Ying Ying Yan Yan could not be heard. A missile lifts off from a missile silo. Everyone saw this scene. The Dragon Kingdom players all shook their heads and sighed. Ah, useless struggle. One warship against hundreds of thousands of warships. What's the use of firing missiles? Moreover, it is also 20 million kilometers away from the front-end Yonhap fleet. What kind of missile are you? Can it still fly 20 million kilometers? Ha 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 ha, I'm not self-sufficient. Seeing this, Big Universe Han burst out laughing. He even told his subordinates not to intercept this missile. Just let him hit. A small missile, spanning a distance of 20 million kilometers. Do not make jokes. Big Universe Han looked over again, but was stunned. What about missiles? Where did you fly? At this moment, the Big Universe Han suddenly felt a violent vibration under his feet. The whole battleship shuddered, almost didn't let him fall. What's the situation? Zyba, where did the shock come from? Big Universe Han cursed angrily. Leader, not good. The fleet on our flank was completely destroyed by the sudden explosion. Suddenly, an extremely panicked cry rang out. Big Universe Han suddenly widened his eyes and shouted in shock, Zyba. What's going on? Where did the attack come from? I don't know, the source of the attack is not clear at all. At this moment, the Universe Han felt the deepest fear. Who can beat it? Where did it come from? How to fight? Big Universe Han doesn't know. Never have a chance to know. In the middle of the dense fleet of Yonhap, a ray of light appeared again. This is a star-like, incomparably intense, dazzling light. The sphere of light formed in space shone in all directions. It even gives people a sense that this huge ball of light can compete with stars 20 million kilometers away for brilliance. The ball of light expanded rapidly, and in an instant it devoured thousands of warships of the Korean Federation around it. Then it exploded violently. The huge energy shock shrouded all the remaining Korean Union warships. Boom, 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 boom. Silent but brilliant rays of light flashed in all directions in the space. The light fades away. The original mighty and magnificent 14,500 ship Korean Union fleet no longer exists. At the very center of the disappearing light sphere, only a piece of empty space remained. On the outermost periphery of the light ball, thousands of kilometers away, there are still countless wreckage of warships. A small ring is formed around the empty space in the center. The 14,500 warships of the Korean Union will be wiped out. All the players who watched the battle through the video were stunned. What's the situation? What happened? What happened? Where was the attack? How did you fight? All players have this question in their hearts. No one has linked the sudden attack to the previous missile fired by Qin Sheng's warship. A fleet of 110,000 American warships. The core flagship, the bridge. Gabriel was resting in the bridge, tasting a cup of black tea sold to him at a high price by the local forces in the galaxy. Drinking this cup of alien black tea, Gabriel felt calm in his heart. Although he is from the lighthouse country, his ancestors are British nobles and have the habit of drinking black tea. Holding the teacup, he sighed a little. The Earth's black tea is still delicious. However, at this time, a virtual light screen flickered, and an embarrassed James appeared in front of Gabriel. Gabriel, something has happened. What's wrong? The calm Gabriel asked indifferently. The 14,500 warships of the Korea Union were all sunk. Crack. The teacup was broken, and Gabriel was full of black tea. He stood up abruptly. He stared at him and said angrily, "How is that possible? What happened?" "Don't know, we don't know where the attack came from. Just saw a huge light ball flickering, and then all 14,500 Yonhap warships were destroyed." Before James finished speaking, Gabriel suddenly felt a shock. Almost knocked him to the ground. What's the situation? Gabriel was extremely puzzled in his anger. Leader, our frontal fleet is under attack. Deco Alliance, New Yao Alliance, Washung Alliance, 3 alliances, a total of more than 30,000 warships have been destroyed. A player's extremely panicked voice sounded, and Gabriel's eyes widened instantly. Pupils vibrated violently. What happened? What exactly happened? 10%. Chapter 50 The Horror of 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile. Released tomorrow. P.S. The first update, the book will be on the shelves tomorrow. 3 allies. More than 300 players. More than 30,000 warships. Instantly wiped out. Gabriel didn't understand. Don't understand what's going on at all. These 3 alliances are the elite alliances of their Murray Lighthouse Consortium. Second only to these 3 leading alliances. Every player in the alliance has a level of civilization above 0.7, and all the battleships are over 100. But in such a short time, it's gone. Gabriel couldn't even accept this result for a while. He stared, his eyes bloodshot. Crazy to pull the space observer at the bridge away and see for yourself. Want to see what happened. However, no matter how you look at it, you can only see the wreckage of the battleship floating in the void space at the front. Densely packed, large swaths of warship wreckage. Just floating in the cold, empty space. Not even a single body. The physical strength of human beings is too poor, and they all vaporized in the attack just now. Gabriel, just now we were attacked exactly the same as when Yonhap's fleet was attacked. It looks like a hydrogen bomb. James spoke on the virtual panel with a serious look. Hydrogen bomb, how can that be? Gabriel's eyes were red, and he didn't believe it at all. They also have hydrogen bombs. If the yield is increased recklessly, such power is normal. However, the key is that the hydrogen bomb's flight speed is very slow. Only a flight speed of less than Mach 50. At such a speed, they could intercept any battleship. How could it be directly hit into the fleet? Observation system, what about radar? Didn't find any clues. Gabriel roared and asked. Alliance. Leader, our radar has no response. No sign found. The observer under his command said tremblingly. At this time, James was suddenly silent, and then immediately asked, what about optical detection radar? If electromagnetic wave radar does not find any clues, what about optical detection radar, which is similar to naked eye observation? This sentence reminded Gabriel. He immediately ordered his subordinates to investigate. This investigation actually allowed them to discover some clues. Leader, before the fleet in front was attacked, there seemed to be a flash of light. Optical detection radar has a record. Slow down 10 million times. We found out. The bridge technicians shouted in surprise, and then they saw the observation data for a moment. Fear suddenly appeared on his face. What's wrong? Gabriel asked quickly. The leader of the alliance is indeed a hydrogen bomb. The technician swallowed sharply, his face full of fear. However, according to the detection, the speed of the hydrogen bomb exceeded. He faltered, and even the mere mention of this statistic frightened him. What's the speed? Gabriel didn't care so much, grabbing the technician's collar and roaring. 10 times. 10 times. 10 times the speed of sound. It can't be that slow. Gabriel roared without thinking. No, it's 10 times the speed of light. This statement came out. Everyone was quiet. The expression on Gabriel's face was frozen. After a while, after understanding what unit it is, boom. With a bang, his brain suddenly roared and went blank. Obviously in the constant temperature of the bridge, but now Gabriel seems to have no protection and is in the space of absolute zero. The blood all over his body seemed to be frozen. Make him feel extremely cold. 10 times the speed of light. This is a speed he can't even imagine. Who shot this hydrogen bomb? Gabriel's lips trembled and touched up and down, but he didn't dare to ask the question after all. He already knew that the source of the attack direction was the Emperor's battleship. But he dared not ask. At this moment, the observer who suddenly returned to his seat suddenly shouted in horror, Leader. Optical detection has detected the data again. It's still the same. 50 million kilometers away, no. 45 million. In 10 seconds, it will reach us. We have no means of interception. Incomparably frightened, a horrified roar spread throughout the bridge. At this moment, Gabriel's body softened. He finally understood. I finally understand why the Emperor alone can create a first-level civilization force. Why the Emperor alone can surpass thousands of players in their consortium and rank first on the Galaxy player power ranking list. Here's why. Curvature engine missile 10 times the speed of light. Although it can be seen by optical detection. However, even if you see it, it will only increase your fears. Facing the powerlessness of life and death, Gabriel lost all thoughts. Only now did he really feel it. Between himself and the Emperor, that ravine. That is a huge gap and gully that can never be crossed, like a scourge. A battleship. The Emperor was right, he really only used one battleship. They can destroy more than 100,000 warships. The colorful streamer wraps the huge yield hydrogen bomb. The curvature engine distorts the space in front of the hydrogen bomb, advancing rapidly in space. 50 million kilometers. It only took 16 seconds to be crossed. It was an extremely dazzling light. All Galaxy players can see it through the video on the Galaxy Chat public screen. A huge, incomparably dazzling light ball that could even compete with the stars for brilliance, emitting terrifying heat, appeared. Then expand rapidly, devoured tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of American United battleships. After the light disappeared, there was only a void in the center of the area. Around this space, there are a large number of warship wrecks with traces of metal melting. 1. 10%. Chapter 51 The Emperor's Terrifying Strength. Emperor bless. Emperor bless. Second update. P.S. Second update, alas. Tonight we allied to attack the city, but I was pissed off. The fleet in the city was all over, and the city was missing. As a result, some people hung up, and it was just these few who hung up. P.S. There are two more. The Korean Space Consortium and the Murray Lighthouse Consortium. Together, the two consortiums have discharged more than 120,000 warships. In less than 2 minutes, it was all gone. 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile, destroying 14,500 warships of the Korean space complex. The flight time is 6 seconds, and the destruction time is 10 seconds. Destroy the 110,000 battleships of the Murray Lighthouse complex, and consume 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missiles. Flight time, 16 seconds, extinction time, 20 seconds. At the same time, Qin Sheng, who was still in the Bose constellation, received a notification from the system. You destroyed Sanma, the Daehan Space Consortium, and the battlecruisers of Daejeon Han, and gained a technical value, 120. You destroyed Sanma, the Korean Space Complex, and the cruiser of Bubble Kimchi, and gained a skill value, 80. You destroyed Trima, Murray's Lighthouse Complex, Gabriel's battle cruiser, and gained technical value, 120. You destroyed. Continuous system prompts sounded in Qin Sheng's ears. For a while, Qin Sheng's brain was buzzing. He had to just skip all the prompts and go straight to the results. Ding dong, you have obtained technical value, 138,000. Ding dong, you have obtained a technical value, 1.92 million. A 100-fold increase. Ding dong, you have obtained technical value, 13.8 million. Ding dong, you have obtained technical value, 192 million. Total acquired technical value, 205.8 million. Ding dong, because the opponent's civilization level is far lower than yours, and there is no technology you don't have, so you can't gain new technology from this battle. This time the harvest is not small, more than 200 million technical value. There's no such thing as new technology. Qin Sheng nodded slightly, this is okay. Anyway, he is ready to find the Holy Sea of Judgment and use the Chaos Destruction Certificate to exchange for a new technology. Qin Sheng estimates that his current Chaos Destruction Certificate is enough for him to upgrade to a second-level civilization. Even a third-level civilization is not impossible. Qin Sheng didn't care at all. But all the players in the galaxy were silent. There was silence on the public chat screen. They still can't believe what they saw. Even most players are still in a state of confusion. It's too fast. The Emperor's battleship had just appeared in less than a few minutes. The 100,000 warships of the Korean Union and the Midian Union were all destroyed. And James, who stayed in the 6th-tier city, couldn't contact Gabriel at all. Communication was suddenly interrupted just now. Only then did I understand what happened from the Galaxy Chat public screen. James's shocked mood couldn't calm down for a long time. Then, endless fear emerged in his heart. The gap between the two sides is so big. And the Pope of the Emperor's divine religion, soaring into the sky, immediately understood what was going on. The first to stand up. Shocked to the sky. Ha 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 ha. Have you seen it? I said that the Emperor is invincible, and it is also these native chickens that can provoke them. The huge gap between technologies cannot be made up by the number of warships alone. This is the fate of provoking the Emperor. As soon as Jun Chengchen finished speaking, tens of billions of players in the galaxy looked at the public chat screen. The inner shock could not calm down for a long time. Just now, was that an attack from the Emperor's battleship? How far has the Emperor's boss developed? What was the attack just now? Could it be that the Emperor's boss has developed to the third level civilization or above? At this time, some players in the galaxy began to analyze the previous image data. 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile can be detected optically. They replayed the scene before the destruction of the Yonhap fleet over and over again. 10,000 times slower, 100,000 times, million times, 10 million times. In the end, they finally saw that light. Even under the slow release of 10 million times, it is still an extremely fast light. That's where the curvature engine shines. The players calculated the speed of the curvature through the calculations of their scientists. But when they see the data, invariably, all trembled. 10 times the speed of light. Curvature engine missiles with speeds up to 10 times the speed of light. Such terrifying, powerful speed brought the deepest fear to all players. So far, the general speed of players' warships does not exceed 20% of the speed of light. True curvature engine. They will have it only after they have been upgraded to become a real first-level civilization. And what about the current emperor? The engine installed on the missile is a curvature engine 10 times the speed of light. What kind of terrifying existence is the engine that the emperor installed on the battleship? A leap engine that can easily span a distance of more than 160 light years. How much technical skill is needed? How much technical value is required? Players don't know, but in their hearts, the emperor, who was already tall, was raised even higher by them once again. This moment, no one bothered Qin Sheng. All players dare not send messages to Qin Sheng anymore, send private messages. So they started sending messages to Jun Chongtian. At Jun Chongtian, brother, do you still need someone for your emperor's religion? At Jun Chongtian, brother, there are 97 people in our alliance, can we join your consortium? At Jun Chongtian, brother, I want to join the emperor's cult. For a while, the shock in the Bose constellation looked at his 999 plus, still growing private messages, and began to laugh wildly. He was shivering. Bless the emperor, bless the emperor. But then, he understood that he couldn't be proud, all this was brought to him by the emperor. He must maintain his devotion to the emperor at all times. But, even though he understood this, the corners of his mouth that were soaring to the sky couldn't help but start laughing and twitching. Up to now, there are no less than 120 alliances that want to join the Emperor Divine Cult Consortium. If all are absorbed, the comprehensive strength will immediately be ranked second. Under the leader of the leaderboard. At this time, on the Galaxy Chat public screen, a message attracted the attention of countless players. The Emperor's ship moved. Curvature engines activated. Damn. Gone. Gone. Where to go? Where did the Emperor's battleship go? 11%. Chapter 52. Level 3 Psionics. Warp projection is born. Emperor Halo. Third update. PS. The third update. There is one more. Murray's Lighthouse Complex, Level 6 Space City. Only the tens of thousands of warships responsible for defending the city were quietly suspended in space. In charge of staying behind in the space city, James, who escaped the catastrophe, slumped in front of the huge floor-to-ceiling windows at the headquarters of the space city. He stared blankly at the outer space. The silver-white battleships hovering in the port. ST-59 class defensive battlecruiser. EO, class plasma cruiser. Chimera, class heavy cruiser. The length is more than 1 kilometer. A large warship was docked in the port like this. These battleships are their hard work. All along, the three dominant alliances of the Murray Lighthouse Consortium. The Holy Angel Alliance, the Galactic Lighthouse Alliance, and the K Alliance, how much effort the three leaders have paid, in the past year, searching for relics in the galaxy, are consuming a lot of resources in the Alliance. Go and trade with the local civilization forces. A year of hard work, in exchange for the blueprints of these battleships. Then, all the blueprints are distributed to the members of the Alliance for them to use together. Improve overall strength. And now, the hard work of this year has been in vain. 2 minutes. Ha 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 ha. James slumped on the ground, stroked his forehead with his right hand, covered his eyes, and pulled out an extremely bitter smile from the corner of his mouth. A year of hard work was wiped out by the Emperor's missiles in less than 2 minutes. Laughing and smiling, 2 lines of tears ran down James's face. He gritted his crown, lowered his arms, and clenched his fists. It doesn't matter, Gabriel, broke, all dead. But there is him. He can still make a comeback. He has always been the think tank among the three. Although Gabriel and Suikai are both single-minded people, they have basically never heard much of his persuasion and plans. But he still played an extremely important role in the day-to-day governance. And now, without the checks and balances of Gabriel and Broke, he can make Midland even stronger. He firmly believes the Al people are not dead. Still a lot left. Just when James made up his mind, he suddenly saw, outside the huge French window, in the spaceport, several silver-white EO-class plasma cruisers started their engines. The bottom of the battleship emits blue flames, making the battleship quickly lift into the air. Then, the engine at the rear of the battleship started. Several warships quickly left the spaceport and left the space city. What? James was slightly taken aback. Immediately afterwards, he received a private message from an Alliance player. Lord, I'm sorry, we're leaving. I'm sorry, Lord, we're leaving. I'm sorry, Alliance leader, the Pope of the Emperor's divine religion said to the sky that there is no religion, as long as we are willing to leave, the Emperor will ignore the past. So, I'm sorry, Alliance leader. For a time, all the hundreds of Beacon players in the surviving Commonwealth sent him a farewell message. In just a short while, the tens of thousands of warships in the space city basically all started their engines. Left the city. James was completely stunned. After he reacted, he roared, Emperor! Soaring to the sky. The Emperor's divine religion, the Pope sang with great joy, and began to send private messages to them one by one according to the list of Midland players. Brother, where? I'm the Pope of the Emperor's cult, soaring to the sky. The Emperor is a great being, and he is a broad-minded being. As long as you are willing to abandon the darkness and turn to the light, the Emperor will not care about the past. We are all human and should be united in this galaxy. Believe in the Emperor, and you will receive spiritual salvation. Faith in the Emperor. Brother, do you want to know about the Emperor's divine sect? Ding dong, you received 0.01 points of faith. Your psionic level plus 0.01 experience points. Ding dong, you received 0.01 points of faith. Your psionic level plus 0.01 experience points. 100-fold increase. Your psionic level experience value has exceeded 1,000. The psionic level has risen to the second level. Your psionic experience value has exceeded 10,000. The psionic level has risen to level 3. 3-level psionic ability. Qin Sheng was slightly taken aback. What happened? Why is his psionic power level 3 inexplicably? 3-level psionic ability. When the level of psionic energy reaches level 3, you have already mastered the use of psionic energy. You can use psionic energy to protect objects out of thin air, or you can use psionic energy to turn it into a sword that penetrates 100 thick super steel. Psionic power also continuously strengthens your body. Your physical fitness has been strengthened by psionic energy, and it is already 10 times as good as before. Take a long breath. Qin Sheng could feel that his body was filled with warm spiritual energy. Close your eyes slightly. Qin Sheng is the discovery. His thoughts have entered another dimension. This space is full of chaos and unknown. Around, countless strange and indescribable shadows wandered and levitated. Qin Sheng immediately realized where his consciousness had come. Subspace. This is the habitat of countless chaos demons. It is also where the 4 great chaos evil gods are located. Endless warp, deep. 4 indescribable beings opened their eyes at the same time. A pair of eyes are scarlet, pure tyranny. A pair of eyes are kind, but they are full of filth. A pair of eyes are wise, but they are also treacherous and cunning. A pair of eyes are painful, but they are full of desire. Korn, Nurgle, Zinch, sexual abuse. They all looked in a certain direction. In this unknown place, in chaos. Representing the spiritual projection of Qin Sheng, it appears here. It was a small, but icy ball of light burning with white flames. It looks like the sun. This icy little sun illuminates the unknown chaos around it. Countless warp demons swam towards him. Each of these endless warp demons is countless times stronger than the bloodthirsty demon Qin Sheng killed before. They try to contaminate it. But no one can get close. Instead, they were all full of fear, screaming and running away. Emperor Halo. Immune to warp pollution. 11%. Chapter 53. Zinch prepares the divine election. When did I kill it? On the shelves at noon on July 3rd. P.S. 4th update. P.S. Tomorrow, that is, July 3rd, this book will be on the shelves at about noon, 12 o'clock, or around 1 o'clock. Brothers, please support me. Make a first order. After Qin Sheng's psionic level reaches level 3, his projection appeared in the warp. This is something that every psyker experiences. As long as their psionic level exceeds 3, their projections will appear in the warp. This is also the reason why, the stronger the psionic level, the easier it will be to be polluted by warp demons. The stronger your psionic level, the larger the projection of chaos in the warp. The more it will attract the attention of the warp demons. But Qin Sheng didn't care. He possesses the aura of the Emperor, is immune to the contamination of warp demons, and is able to protect those under his command from being contaminated. And now, Qin Sheng is curious. How many people really believe in him? Otherwise, why would you suddenly receive so much power of faith? So, Qin Sheng found Junchongtian. Emperor, how many people have you absorbed into the Emperor's cult? Junchongtian, who was whistling and continued to pull people in, was shocked. The Emperor sent him a message. Immediately there was boundless reverence in his heart. Respectfully replied, Respected Emperor, your humble servant has grown the religion a bit at this moment. There are now a total of 216 alliances that have joined the divine religion. Among them, the players from the Dragon Country and the Lighthouse Country, and Europa players account for the vast majority. Players of the Lighthouse Country, Europa players should be the most devout to you. Qin Sheng nodded slightly. Sure enough, it's not that the Dragon Kingdom players don't respect him. But in terms of belief in gods, the people of Longguo are very casual. And the Lighthouse people, the Europa people in the Earth Age. There are many people who are brainwashed to believe in Jesus Christ. Now, that part of the power of faith has been transferred to him. However, only the power of the most devout faith will bless Qin Sheng. Coupled with a 100-fold increase, he jumped to raise his psychic level to level 3. So, I stole Jesus' business. Qin Sheng was a little playful. If Jesus really exists, I'm afraid it's time to find out about him now. After all, there is no reason to lose so much faith. However, this is also good. Qin Sheng is also not ready to interfere in the normal affairs of the Emperor's cult. After all, he doesn't have the energy to manage such a consortium with more than tens of thousands of players. Qin Sheng is tired of taking care of those tactical humanoid girls who jump out of the way. And now, on the Galaxy player leaderboard, the Emperor's cult Commonwealth is due to the huge number of alliances that have joined. It has become the second largest force among the players, only under Qin Sheng and the Murray Lighthouse complex. Ordinary player Qin Sheng is not prepared to care. But the leader must be eliminated. After all, if weeding is not rooted, there will be troubles later. Although Qin Sheng doesn't think that this trouble can cause him much threat. But cutting the grass and rooting out, this is Qin Sheng's code of conduct. Trima Galaxy. Level 6 Space City. James looked at the players and allies that had broken away from the Union one after another. I was filled with despair. There's no one left. The huge Murray Lighthouse complex is empty. Except for him. If I had enough technology. If I had knowledge of a higher civilization level. In pain, James kept moaning. The huge technological generation gap between him and the Emperor has caused their hundreds of thousands of warships to be wiped out by one of the Emperor's warships. At this moment, James was incomparably eager to obtain technology and knowledge of a higher civilization level. His expression gradually distorted, in this state. Almost crazy. There was a buzzing in his ear, an inexplicable whisper. The whispers came suddenly, and from nowhere at all. Let his mind sink, can't help, listen carefully. Just as James's mind was sinking and he kept listening, his body changed. The originally pure human body began to twist, and the hands turned into claws. The skin on the back was broken through by the protruding meat buns. Grows continuously, forming a pair of fleshy wings. There are also sharp horns on the forehead. Warp Cthulhu, Tzeentch. Tzeentch will continue to bewitch those eager for knowledge. At this moment, James just fell into such a state of madness. He has become the evil god of chaos, the god of knowledge, the messenger of hope, the weaver of fate, the deceitful counselor, the supreme eagle, and the master of deceit, a believer of Tzeentch. Next moment, all these changes in him disappeared. The twisted limbs reverted to their normal human form. An ecstatic, eerie smile filled James's face. Ha 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 ha. Emperor, you wait for my revenge. James raised his head and laughed. In another instant, James's distorted look became normal again. Even the whole person became humbled. He started sending messages to Qin Sheng. Prepare to paralyze Qin Sheng with the most sincere apology. However, the next moment, outside the space city, a curved bubble overflowing with light came instantly from the deep space in the distance. The curvature bubble disappears. Huge, Hongwu Emperor, defensive battle cruisers appeared in space. Bridge. Ella looked tens of thousands of kilometers away. It was a giant, enough to live in a space city of tens of millions of people, with a sunny smile on its delicate and beautiful face. The Emperor taught me that weeds must be eradicated. A hydrogen bomb with a 10-fold curvature engine and a warhead of 100 billion tons of TNT was released from the missile silo. The streamer flashed, then disappeared. Less than a second later, a huge scorching fireball with a core temperature exceeding hundreds of millions of degrees appeared. It devoured the entire space city in an instant. Ding dong, you have successfully eliminated the Chaos Believers. The evil god Zinch is preparing for the divine election, James. Get the Chaos Destruction Certificate X 100,000. A 100-fold increase. Get 10 million Chaos Destruction Certificates. Qin Sheng was stunned again. What happened this time? Why did another Chaos Zinch prepare for the divine election out of nowhere? 11%. Chapter 54 Leaving the Bose Galaxy. The target is 560 light years away. The will be on the shelves. P.S. Brother Meng, the is about to be put on the shelves. Please support your brothers and give the author a first order. Autumn Pear Paste. This is really important to me. Current Chaos Destruction Certificate Reserve. 23.66 million. Existing technical value. 216.8 million. Almost. Qin Sheng nodded slightly. Although the existing reserves of Chaos Destruction credentials still do not meet his expected requirements. But, there are many. These Chaos Destruction certificates are enough for him to exchange a full set of secondary civilization technology in the Holy See of Judgment. You can also save a lot to exchange for some special things. More than enough. Here Qin Sheng is basically ready. It's time to leave the Bose Constellation Galaxy and head to the wider cosmic deep space. After all, in the Bose Galaxy, after the player, Qin Sheng can already be said to be invincible, closely relying on the technology of 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile. Qin Sheng is enough to dominate the first and second civilizations. Even some ordinary third-level civilizations have to temporarily avoid Qin Sheng's edge. If Qin Sheng wants to go further, he has to find a higher-level opponent. Ordinary players and Qin Sheng are no longer in the same realm. Waited another 10 days. The Bose Galaxy, about 5 million kilometers away from a star closest to the planet Morans. The transition channel, which glowed blue, opened. A huge figure of a Hongwu Emperor class defensive battle cruiser slowly emerged. In the bridge, Ella put her hands on her hips and let out a long breath. Finally home. I haven't seen the Emperor for 20 days, I miss him so much. A mechanical heart in Ella's chest throbbed slightly faster. As the saying goes, little is better than a newlywed. Ella can't wait to be tired of Qin Sheng's side every day. Never parted. At Ella's order, the warship started the curvature engine. It didn't take long, and soon arrived at the planet Morans. The battleship's slow breakthrough seemed to be wrapped in a thick layer of ash, and the atmosphere was basically dark. Continuing to sink, the gray atmospheric air flow wraps the huge 4.7-kilometer long battleship and flows upwards. Battleship landing. The huge hatch opened. Ella led some of the fighting dolls down. Welcome back, Ella. It's a pity that we can't stay for more time, we have to leave soon. Qin Sheng stood with his hands behind his back, looking at Ella who was about to pounce on him, but suddenly remembered something and stopped moving and became stiff. Ella wanted to pounce directly on Qin Sheng just now, but she suddenly remembered that she was wearing armor and her mechanical weight. With a weight of more than 2 tons, Qin Sheng is still unbearable. It just stopped moving, and Qin Sheng saw Ella's worries. He smiled slightly and waved his hand. The white light of the palm flickered out. Not far away, a 1-ton weapon box floated out of thin air. It doesn't matter, I have awakened my psychic power now, and my body has been strengthened so that I can bear your weight. After listening to Qin Sheng's words, Ella's beautiful blue eyes gradually lit up. In other words, you can change more postures in the future, not just one posture. All the tactical humanoid girls behind them laughed lightly, and there was a sound of yin yin yan yan. Cough cough. With a cold light cough, Anbaria walked over to Qin Sheng and looked at Ella. In the public, pay attention to your words and deeds. Che, what are you listening to the private words between me and His Majesty the Emperor? When Ella saw Anvaria, she put her arms around her chest and twisted her face to the side. What are you talking about? What fun. Long Mo walked over with a group of girls from the etheric dragon with a curious look on their faces. Next to him was Heidi and a group of elite girl warriors of St. Heli. Okay, let's stop this topic. Qin Sheng blushed, and then called out, Neil, are you all ready? A virtual light screen unfolds. The flaxen hair was combed into double braids, and Neil appeared on the light screen with neat bangs slightly covering his eyes. Your Majesty, you are all ready, you can board the ship at any time. Okay, now Ella is back, okay, everyone is ready to board the ship. Qin Sheng nodded slightly and gave the order. Yes, the girls all stood up straight and saluted. The Hongwu Emperor class defensive battle cruiser that had just returned to the team slowly lifted off. Then adjust the direction in the air, sideways over the hull. Next to a giant building that is 3,000 meters tall and 16,000 kilometers long, a 4,800 meter long portal that can accommodate the length of the Hongwu Emperor class defensive battlecruiser opens. The portal made of huge red dragon scale armor plates exudes blue light. The long, narrow, gigantic battleship entered what seemed to be a tailor-made position. Densely packed, all kinds of maintenance, repair machinery, and small maintenance drones are flying. Immediately enveloped the 4,700-meter-long large warship. This is the last battleship. The angle of view is raised. Blocked and impenetrable by sunlight, beneath a gray atmosphere filled with hundreds of billions of tons of sulfide. A dead world filled with solidified magma. Originally, the Qin Sheng base was spread out, densely packed, and the large factory buildings everywhere have disappeared at this moment. One huge mine after another was exposed. And just hundreds of kilometers away, on a huge flat ground that was specially cleaned. It is a huge building that can easily accommodate a 4,700-meter-long Hongwu Emperor class defensive battle cruiser. Take a closer look at what buildings these are. It was clearly 20 enormous warships. 10 of them are slightly larger. Each one is 16 kilometers long, 6 kilometers wide and 3 kilometers high. The whole has a flat shape. These are 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers. Among these 10 aircraft carriers, all the warships of Qin Sheng are accommodated now. 20 Hongwu Emperor class defensive battle cruisers. 100 Hanwang class general purpose cruisers. 100 Qin Wang class attack cruisers. 900 Huayanjin class pulse heavy artillery frigates. 1,120 ships in total. Together with these 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers, it is 1,130 warships. It is Qin Sheng's current wealth. In addition to the Han Gaozu class aircraft carrier, there are 10 giant warships about 10 kilometers long, 3 kilometers wide and 4 kilometers high. These giant warships have little combat capability. Just as a transport supply ship. Each large integrated supply ship carries billions of tons of various types of resources. 10 ships together, there are tens of billions of tons. In this way, after Qin Sheng leaves, if a long voyage is required, there will be no shortage of resources in a short time. And Qin Sheng couldn't help but sigh. Even a giant transport battleship 10 kilometers long can only load less than billions of tons of materials at a time. Too little, Qin Sheng sighed. If only he could have a full planet as a battle star. In that case, no matter where you go, you don't have to carry transport supply warships. After all, planetary battle stars are transformed from real planets. A fleet of 20 gigantic ships with a minimum length of 10 kilometers slowly lifted off. When the engine of such a giant warship starts, the energy consumed is huge. The movement is also huge. Huge warships began to break through the atmosphere. For a time, within a radius of thousands of kilometers, the thick gray atmosphere was stirred by the impulsive flow of non-working medium ejected from the bottom of the giant fleet. It seems that a tornado storm that sweeps thousands of kilometers around is about to form. The fleet was successfully launched. The curvature engine starts. First, driving near the stars inside the galaxy. Immediately afterwards, the jump engine started. Qin Sheng personally entered the coordinates. The target, 560 light-years away, the Mibak Civilization Trading Hub Galaxy. Mibak Civilization Trading Hub Galaxy. It was established by the 6th-level Mibak Civilization. A hub galaxy formed by the spontaneous gathering of surrounding civilizations. There are various types and levels of non-player civilization forces gathered here. Also relatively safe. And the Holy See of Judgment is here, and they also have their Chaos Destruction Certificate exchange. Qin Sheng's goal is there. 1. 11%. Chapter 55 The Fleet Lost in the Leap Channel, the Dyson Sphere under construction. Chapter 5K, please order first. Above the stars. In the emptiness of space, an azure door opened. The fleet's warp drive triggers the star's own enormous gravitational pull. The cosmic strings that connect all the stars in the universe, like the nerve veins of the universe itself, are touched. The channel slowly opened. The Dakan Empire fleet began to gradually enter the passage. The transition channel through the cosmic string. Qin Sheng quickly locked onto the stellar coordinate system 560 light-years away. 560 light-years away. According to the speed of Qin Sheng's existing jump engine, it needs to travel in the cosmic string channel for 35 days. More than a month. Time is very fast. If Qin Sheng doesn't have a jump engine, only rely on the curvature of 10 times the speed of light to sail at a speed, then it will take 56 years to reach the target planetary system. After 35 days, you will be able to see other civilizations. Qin Sheng was a little excited in his heart. Although Qin Sheng in his previous life has also seen many non-player civilization forces. But most of those forces are higher civilizations. Higher civilizations usually disdain to communicate with lower civilizations, unless this lower civilization has something special. Therefore, Qin Sheng in his previous life had little chance to communicate with higher civilizations. However, the current Qin Sheng is different. He holds a large number of chaos destruction credentials. From this point of view alone, he will receive extremely preferential treatment in the judgment of the Holy See. In the cosmic string channel, it is a void, empty passage. It's like another dimension of the universe. In the first few days, in this cosmic string passage, only the fleet of the Dakan Empire was sailing. But when Qin Sheng sailed to the 10th day, something happened. Qin Sheng was resting in his room when suddenly he received a message from Anbelia. Emperor, we have observed another fleet ahead of us. Another fleet. Qin Sheng thought for a while, and said, don't worry about them. 1. In the cosmic string space channel, it is not rare to encounter the fleet of another civilization. Not to mention that Qin Sheng's goal is a Mibaki civilization hub galaxy with a lot of civilization flow. On the way to the target, encountering the fleets of other civilizations is not worth mentioning. However, Qin Sheng wanted to ignore the other party. The 490 unknown fleets actively sent messages to Qin Sheng's fleet. It's a help message. The other party also took the initiative to send Qin Sheng their civilized language dictionary, so that Qin Sheng can quickly decipher their language and communicate with them. The initiative to send a civilized language dictionary is a sign of initiative. In space, if a civilization wants to communicate friendly with another strange civilization it encounters, then it will take the initiative to send the language dictionary of its own civilization, so that the other party can quickly translate and communicate with themselves. 18. Qin Sheng frowned. Although in the whole universe, the law of the dark forest does not apply very much. However, there will still be a certain dark forest law between two strange civilizations that meet for the first time. Because the various races in the universe are full of strangeness, and their moral values are not unified. According to the standards of people on Earth, there is no concept of morality in some space civilization concepts. Therefore, whether they cheat, or kill, may even be considered a friendly gesture by themselves. Therefore, Qin Sheng in his previous life was very cautious when he met people from other civilizations. Other civilized people, too, proceed with caution. It's not like this directly and proactively. There must be something wrong. Qin Sheng pondered. At this time, Anberia had already deciphered the other party's language. With her computing power, it took her a few seconds. Respected strange civilization. We are the Norden Bounty Hunter Organization, Tier 3 Civilization 021 Squadron. 1. 120 years ago, we went 200 light-years away to carry out the mission of judging the Holy See. 1. Perform the mission of destroying the followers of chaos, a living planet in the DETZSO 51141 galaxy. But after we've completed our mission, we're ready to go back to the Mibaki hub galaxy through the transition tunnel. But suddenly encountered a warp storm caused by a powerful bloodthirsty demon. 1. That warp storm hit the cosmic string and damaged our fleet's string navigation system. 1. We have lost our coordinates and have been lost in this cosmic string channel for 120 years. If your civilization's fleet is going to the Mibaki hub galaxy, please let us follow behind. When we reach the Mibaki Hub Galaxy, we will pay your civilization 1,000 source crystals as a reward. Norden Bounty Hunter Organization. Commander 021 Squadron 3, Norden ABFC, Black. A fleet lost in cosmic strings. Qin Sheng frowned slightly. This is not unusual. There are more than 250 billion stars in the entire Milky Way. How many stars are there in the entire universe? Countless. There are also dense cosmic strings connecting each star. Such a dense network of cosmic strings must be huge and complex. If it is not strong enough, it can always maintain the accurate calculation power of the route. It is necessary to rely on special navigation equipment to navigate, so as not to let yourself get lost in this intricate cosmic string channel. In case of any accident, the navigation equipment is damaged. Oh wow, that's the end of the CAF. The standard leap engine of the third level civilization level can only be directional, that is to say, you can only reach the target coordinates. Only then can the transition channel be opened again and come out from it. And there are distance restrictions. At most, it can only travel a distance of 200 light-years at a time. For example, when the fleet of an ordinary third-level civilization wants to go to a planetary system 300 light-years away, it has to choose a planetary system that is 200 light-years away from itself. Determine the coordinates of the transition to the vicinity of the star of the planetary system 200 light-years away. After shortening the distance, jump again. Qin Sheng's jump engine is a system-enhanced jump engine that is very stable, and can reach a jump distance of 600 light-years at a time. And once lost in the cosmic string tunnel, if you are lucky, it will come out after spinning in the cosmic string for hundreds of thousands of years. If you are unlucky, just die in the cosmic strings. Qin Sheng in his previous life finally had a leap engine after being promoted to the third-level civilization. Just in the cosmic string channel, I encountered the remains of a battleship that was lost forever, and the entire fleet had all died of old age. When it was, Qin Sheng also picked up a wave of cheap, and deciphered a lot of useful technologies. And Norden Bounty Hunters. Qin Sheng has also heard of it in his previous life, and is a very active organization that specializes in accepting the judgment of the Holy See to hunt down the forces of chaos. Established by the Guide, a bounty hunting organization joined by a number of third-level civilizations. In the surrounding area of thousands of light-years, it can be regarded as a bit of strength and a good reputation. Wait, Norden Black. Qin Sheng fell into thought after seeing the name. He seemed to have heard the name. But the impression is vague. Used psionic power to search his own memory. Qin Sheng finally found the name deep in his memory. Norden Black, a famous third-level civilization bounty hunter in his previous life. But this famous man was called by other civilizations, the unlucky and lucky man. Norden Black in the previous life was indeed trapped in the cosmic string channel, but he accidentally broke into an unstable space. The passage of time in that space is different from the real universe. After spending 2,500 years in the unstable space, he finally escaped from the cosmic string channel. Back to the real universe. He nearly died of old age in the cosmic string tunnel. But compared to those trapped in eternity, he was lucky. At least not old and dead in the cosmic string channel. Therefore, he is called the unlucky and lucky man. And now, Qin Sheng did not expect that he would meet this person. Norden Black's fleet is a third-class civilization fleet with 1,110 warships. The core mothership is an ultra-small miniature battlestar with a diameter of 30 kilometers. The rest, large and small, more than 1,100 warships, all surround the spherical warship with a diameter of 30 kilometers. After a little thought, Qin Sheng decided, help the other side. Not for anything else, but for the reward of the 1,000 origin crystals offered by the other party. Origin crystal is a crystalline mineral that contains special energy. It is usually a high-level special energy used by the 6th-level civilization and above. It is a much more advanced energy source than the stars that are everywhere in the universe. Some special projects of the 6th-level civilization will require a large amount of this special energy support. Higher civilizations above level 6 will be mined or acquired in the universe. Therefore, the source crystal has become a kind of hard currency in the universe. Can be used in place of currency. A standard source crystal is a sphere with a diameter of 10 centimeters. The energy contained in the interior is enough to supply Qin Sheng's Han Gaozu class aircraft carrier with a length of 16 kilometers, a width of 6 kilometers and a height of 3 kilometers for more than 1 year. Qin Sheng quickly gave the other party a response. We are the fleet of the Dakan Empire and are preparing to go to the Mibaki Hub Galaxy. You can follow our fleet and leave the cosmic string channel with us. Qin Sheng did not explain his civilization level to the other party, which was also a means of self-protection. After the Northern Tier 3 civilization squadron received the news, millions of people up and down the entire fleet cheered. They've been trapped in this damn cosmic string tunnel for a full 120 years. Now I can finally leave. They also immediately returned a message to Qin Sheng. Thank you very much. Our fleet will follow behind your civilization fleet and sail at a constant speed. 1. After arriving at the Mibaki Hub Galaxy, we will pay your civilization 1,000 standard source crystals as agreed. Norton Team. An ultra-small miniature battle star with a diameter of 30 kilometers, in the central command room. A strange-looking creature with 4 stout elephant-like legs, 2 arms, a triangular head, and a body covered in third-grade special alloy armor sighed with emotion. What a civilization. 1. It is our luck to meet such a talkative civilization in the galaxy now. He is Norton Black, a member of the Norton Bounty Hunter Organization, the commander of the third-level civilization Ballone's Elephant Man Civilization Fleet. Adjutant, what level of civilization do you think the Dakan Empire opposite is? Norton Black turned his head and asked an adjutant beside him. I can't tell, but to be able to enter the transition channel, the minimum level must be at the level of the third-level civilization. But if it is a third-level civilization, why doesn't their fleet have miniature battle stars? The adjutant raised the question. The ultra-small miniature battle star is a large mothership built by the third-level civilization imitating the real planetary-level battle star of the fourth-level civilization. However, due to insufficient technical ability, it is impossible to build a real planetary war star. Therefore, most Tier 3 civilizations will build ultra-small miniature battle stars as the core mothership of a fleet. Look at their fleet, they are all large ships with a length of more than 10 kilometers. And there are not many, only 20. Norton Black sighed and expressed his conjecture. So, I think they should be a squadron of a fourth-level civilization going out on a mission. But the fourth-level civilization has real battle stars, right? The adjutant wondered. Have you forgotten that a real planetary war star cannot pass through the cosmic string channel due to the gravitational force generated by its huge mass? If you want the planetary battle star to pass through the cosmic string channel, you must use a large amount of source crystals to create a gravitational shield. Norton Black made up a very reasonable reason directly. Not only persuaded himself, but also persuaded the rest of the fleet. Therefore, Qin Sheng doesn't know yet, and the Norton squadron on the opposite side recognizes him as a fleet of a certain fourth-level civilization. Qin Sheng even sighed that the Norton Tier 3 civilization squadron was indeed abiding by the rules. To say that he was obediently following the rear of the Dakan Empire fleet is really honest. 10 16-kilometer-long Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers and 10 10-kilometer-long giant transport supply ships sailed ahead. The ultra-small miniature battle stars and more than 1,000 battleships of Norton's third-level civilization squadron followed behind the Dakan Empire fleet. Originally, Qin Sheng could reach the Mibaki Hub Galaxy in only 35 days, but because he had to take the Norton third-level civilization squadron out. Arrived 10 days late. Mibak Nexus Galaxy, the core of the planetary system, where the star system is located. In space, one after another transition channel opened continuously. A fleet of other civilization forces kept entering and leaving. The jump tunnel from which Qin Sheng's fleet finally escaped. Officially entered the Mibaki Hub Galaxy. The entire fleet has just jumped over, and the first thing observed by the battleship's optical detection system is a huge star. This star is 10 times the mass of the Sun and 200 times the size of the Sun. Its light, the average brightness, is 15,000 times that of the Sun. This star is named Otto's Star. Yados is the name of a fourth-level civilization. Why is the core star in the hub galaxy of the sixth-level Mibak civilization named after a fourth-level civilization? The reason is the scene Qin Sheng saw at this moment. 70% of the light of this huge star, which is 200 times the size of the Sun, is now covered. A black round shell with a larger diameter of the Bealuto's star covers more than 70% of the star's area. This is a Dyson sphere in the making. This is the Dyson sphere built by the local civilization force of the planetary system, the fourth-level civilization Otto's civilization, and the sixth-level civilization Mibak civilization entrusted by it. And this hub galaxy, it is precisely because of this Dyson sphere that is being built, that a hub station is gradually formed. It is not the first time that Qin Sheng has come here, he has also come here once in his previous life. When the previous life came, the Dyson Sphere project was nearing its end. Therefore, Qin Sheng, who knew the rules, first sent the Chinese dictionary to the giant space station with a diameter of 2,000 kilometers next to the star. Soon, Qin Sheng received a response. 11%. Chapter 56 Impossible. Shocked, the Dakin Empire is only a first-class civilization. 5K chapter, please subscribe. P.S. It's still a big chapter of 5,000 words. Today, 12,000 words have been updated. The author will take a break and continue to update at night. Even the donkeys of the production team have to rest well before they can continue to work. This is the Otto's Galaxy, the Mibaki hub. This Dyson sphere is 2 million kilometers in diameter. It has been built since 1400 years ago. 70% of the project is now complete. 1. It is expected that within 600 years, the whole project will be finished. At that time, the transition coordinates of this planetary system will be closed. No records of your civilization have been detected. Please also inform your civilization name and civilization level. We will register your civilization. Facing the hub station established by the 6th level civilization, Qin Sheng can only honestly register, bulletin. Soon, the file was created. On the other side of the hub, they checked Qin Sheng's fleet by themselves. There is no doubt. After all, a 6th level civilization has never seen such a big storm. Even Qin Sheng's fleet is obviously not the strength that a first-class civilization fleet should have. They still didn't find it strange. After confirming that Qin Sheng's fleet basic technology is indeed the technology of the first-level civilization, the hub station has established the archives of the Dakin Empire. Well, the Great Qin Empire is indeed a first-level civilization, but it may be stronger than that. Name of civilization: Great Qin Empire. Civilized races: Homo erectus. Civilization level: first class. This is the data certificate of your civilization, and you can use this certificate to dock at the port of call of the warship. However, please note that there are charges for ports of call. I wish you a pleasant journey. After the communication is over, Qin Sheng received the data voucher. The flames rose from the rear of the battleship, pushing the battleship forward slowly. At this time, a red, solid light screen rose in front of Qin Sheng's fleet. After a streamer scanned the entire fleet, the red screen turned into a blue passable state. The fleet was able to move on. At this time, Qin Sheng received a communication from the Northern Tier 3 Civilization Squadron at the rear. Thank you very much for your help. 1. Please also ask your civilization to dock your fleet at Spaceport 1141. We will automatically purchase the right to use the port for your civilization. First of all, I will give you the right to use your civilization for 100 years as a thank you. After the fleet docks, we will abide by the agreement and pay your civilization 1,000 source crystals as a reward. Thank you again for your help. Norden's 3rd level civilization squadron, the central control room of the ultra-small miniature battle star. Norden Black sighed with emotion. What a friendly advanced civilization. There are not many such friendly advanced civilizations in the galaxy now. Yeah, it's our luck to meet such an advanced civilization. The adjutant beside him also agreed, and his words were full of gratitude. Although they are the 3rd level joining civilization of the Norden Bounty Hunter Organization, the Elephant Man civilization of Barbaros. However, the gap between each level of civilization is like a gap that is difficult to bridge. Stable, safe, enough to span a distance of more than 1,000 light years at a time. There are also fleet curvature engines that have a base speed of 100 times the speed of light. This is a standard of the 4th level civilization. And it must be calculated by one's own civilization without relying on external forces and researching it on its own. Accidental acquisitions, or purchases from other civilizations, do not count. After all, civilization level also measures a civilization's true basic scientific research capabilities. After entering the 4th level civilization, it has entered the ranks of the higher civilization of the universe. The Elephant Man civilization of Barbaros has entered the 3rd level civilization for thousands of years. The technology level has not yet broken through to the barrier of the 4th level civilization. Level 3 and Level 4 are a huge watershed. The 4th level moon race stood in the way. Norden Black sighed and began to contact the hub. After submitting the pass data certificate, Norden Black is going to help Qin Sheng buy a 100-year spaceport docking right. So he asked the hub station, did a 4th level civilization fleet named Dakin Empire pass through just now? 1. I want to help them buy the right to use Spaceport 1141 for 100 years. The hub station AI received the request and responded immediately. There is no record of the fourth-level civilization, the Dakin Empire. 1. But I found a first-level civilization record called the Dakin Empire. Just 10 minutes ago, just passed. What? Norden Black was stunned. First-class civilization. Impossible. He couldn't help but looked back at his adjutant and found that the adjutant was also looking at him. The two of them mostly saw shocked expressions on each other's faces. First-level civilization. How is it possible? How can a first-level civilization have a leap engine technology that is stronger than our authentic old third-level civilization? Norden Black simply couldn't believe it. But the smart AI at the hub doesn't lie. Since he said it is a first-level civilization, it must be a first-level civilization. This made Norden Black and his subordinates unable to calm down for a long time. Grass. Their Barbaronian elephant man civilization has been mixed into dogs for thousands of years. The first impression of Norden Black and his lieutenants was shame. Shame. Too bad Nima. He was actually lost in the transition channel for 120 years, and was finally led out by a first-level civilization. But Norden Black did not complain about the Qin Empire. After all, the Great Qin Empire has never said its own civilization level. It is their own wishful thinking to imagine the Great Qin Empire as a fourth-level civilization. But Norden Black still felt that his heart was blocked. It would be a shame for him. No, he has to find some ground. Thinking like this, Norden Black still helped the Dakin Empire to buy the right to use the spaceport for 100 years. Then send a communication to Qin Shang, and transmit the data certificate to the past. Norden Black also learned that the Dakin Empire should have come to this hub galaxy for the first time. He instantly thought that as a skilled guide, he could personally lead the leaders of the Great Qin Empire to understand this hub galaxy. Pretend to be an old man. After all, he's been in this hub system for hundreds of years. The brains of Barbaros elephants are generally relatively straight. Measured according to the moral standards of people on Earth, the moral standards of the elephant man civilization of Barbarans are relatively high. They don't hold grudges against others for little things. Even if he loses face, he will only think about pretending to be forceful in other things to regain some face. Norden Black thought so. He felt that, as a bounty hunter who had been with him for hundreds of years, he should first take people from the Qin Empire to understand the Holy Sea of Judgment. Destroy chaos and take the responsibility of maintaining the peace of the galaxy. Really noble. Norden Black was almost moved to tears by his noble task. I performed a mission before, and I obtained about 100,000 chaos destruction certificates. Hey, I can get a lot of good things in exchange. It's decided, this is it. Norden Black laughed, and then gave the order. Spaceport 1141. The ultra-small miniature battle star with a diameter of 30 kilometers and more than 1,000 warships around it are docked here. It looks so small. As you can see, this spaceport is huge. And next to the Elephant Man civilization fleet of Barbaros, there are 20 warships of Qin Shang. 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers and 10 10-kilometer class giant transport supply ships. If you only look at the size of the battleship, then the 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers with a length of 16 kilometers are actually not much weaker in scale than the ultra-small miniature battle stars of the Baburns Elephant Man civilization. Not to mention that outsiders can't see it, there are more than 1,000 warships stored inside these 10 aircraft carriers. Spaceport affiliated City 1141, inside the port lounge. Qin Sheng, dressed in black full-covered dragon scale armor, sat on a suspended chair that could automatically change size and shape. The two eyepieces above the visor were shimmering with scarlet rays of light, looking at the giant Baburns Elephant Man with a height of more than 4 meters in front of him. Qin Sheng's armored forehead is decorated with 2 raised dragon horns. On the right chest of the black dragon scale armor is a blood red, Qin, written in small seal script. Behind Qin Sheng, Long Mo, who had transformed into a battle form with full dragon scales, stood as a bodyguard. In this state, Long Mo further highlighted his concave and convex figure. Qin Sheng didn't bring Ella and the others, after all, it was purely about single combat power. The etheric dragons are the most powerful of the 3 races under Qin Sheng's command. You can call me Emperor, I am the leader of the Qin Empire. 1. Qin Sheng nodded slightly and said to Norden Black. In this hub galaxy, Qin Sheng is estimated to be one of the few human-type creatures. Most of the civilized races in the hub galaxy are still inhuman. And the second effect of Qin Sheng's Emperor Halo is that all non-humanoids will feel incomparable fear when they see him. So in order to cause unnecessary trouble, Qin Sheng has actively turned off the effect of Emperor's halo. Hello, Emperor, I'm Norden Black, thank you once again for your help. The agreed 1,000 source crystals, I have sent the transport ship to the fleet of your civilization. Norden Black nodded and said. Qin Sheng turned his head slightly, and soon heard the voice of the engineering humanoid girl kneel. Your Majesty the Emperor, I have received it. Very good. After receiving the source crystal, Qin Sheng was ready to leave. After all, he just met the other party politely. Wait, Emperor, is this your first time to the Mibak Nexus system? Norden stopped Qin Sheng and asked. That's right. Qin Sheng didn't hide it, and nodded directly. That's it, I have been in this hub galaxy for hundreds of years, and I am familiar with all aspects. I want to take you to a noble place, the Holy Sea of Judgment, a place dedicated to expelling chaos forces and contributing to the peace of the galaxy. Would you like to go? Norden Black looked at Qin Sheng sincerely. After all, only Qin Sheng entered the Court of Judgment, Chaos Hunters, after the new bounty hunters. Norden Black was able to teach Qin Sheng as an old man who had been in the industry for hundreds of years, and pretended to force him back in front of Qin Sheng. Norden Black at this moment can even be imagined. After Qin Sheng entered the bounty hunter profession, he saw that the newcomer could only accept the task of earning less than 100 Chaos Destruction Certificates, and then watch the scene where he handed over 100,000 Chaos Destruction Certificates with incomparable respect. Ha 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 ha. Norden Black almost laughed. Under the armor of Qin Sheng on the opposite side, there is a playful expression. That's the incredibly simple and fun idea of the Elephant Man of Barburns. Although in terms of civilization level, they are a third-level civilization, and the Dakan Empire is a first-level civilization. However, the Great Qin Empire possessed a higher and more stable leap engine technology that none of them had, and was still in the distance. Although I don't know where they got it from. But the Elephant Man of Barbaros always pays attention to the privacy of other people, and they will not take the initiative to ask if they should not. No matter how curious you are, you will never ask. Therefore, Norden Black cannot find a sense of superiority from the level of civilization. He can only find a sense of superiority from the judgment of the Holy Sea, the bounty hunter that he is best at. Judgment of the Holy Sea. Exactly, I am also going to judge the Holy Sea. Qin Sheng agreed to Norden Black's invitation. Point 0. Take Long Mo with him to the Holy Sea of Judgment. The Holy Sea of Judgment has a branch in the hub system. The location happens to be in the affiliated city of Spaceport 1141. Can't say it's a coincidence. Because Norden Black, as a bounty hunter, often has to deal with the Holy Sea of Judgment. Receive the task. Therefore, his fleet is also docked in Spaceport No 1141 all the year round, which is close to the Holy Sea of Judgment. In the affiliated space city, most of the inhabitants are from the Athos civilization. The Athos civilization, the fourth-level civilization force in the galaxy, is also the entruster of the Mibak civilization to build the Dyson sphere. The overall image of the Athos is tall and lanky, with an average height of more than 2 meters. Like a bamboo pole, it has green rough skin. The head is shaped like a humpback whale, like a mop. There are 4 eyes, distributed on both sides. There is no mouth, and there are 4 oval holes on the front, which serve as the respiratory tract. Most of the affiliated space cities are Athos. The Autos are a race that has begun to lose their minds and degenerate. Their civilization did not pass the screening of the great filter of the universe, and the civilization was entertained to the death and corruption prevailed. 2,000 years ago, they discovered source crystal ore veins on their home planet. Then, the parent star was directly sold to the 6th-level civilization, the Mibak civilization. In exchange for the Mibak civilization helping them build a Dyson sphere. So that they can obtain inexhaustible permanent energy. So that they can continue to have fun. In addition, Qin Sheng can also see many other strange shapes and creatures of other races. For example, wearing a round helmet device, the inside of the helmet is filled with water, and a squid-like creature floating in the air. Or a creature with a bird's head, but no wings, and a fat creature. Riding Jun in the space city, Qin Sheng is the elephant in the circle of people in the space city. He hadn't seen such a scene in a long time. The last planet that had this kind of scenery was the home planet of the Moran civilization. But unfortunately, the bad scenery Tai Sheng never saw before was destroyed by him and turned into a Death Star. Qin Sheng could only see the solidified magma, and the atmosphere that blocked the sky and the sunlight could not penetrate, and was full of hundreds of billions of tons of sulfide. The speed of the large floating shuttle is very fast. In less than an hour, they docked at an airport in a space city. Get off the shuttle and stand on the anti-gravity suspension elevator. Anti-gravity technology, at least after studying the grand unified theory of the universe and establishing a perfect grand unified model of the universe, can it use extraordinary, godlike technology. Qin Sheng sighed with emotion. I don't know when he will be able to reach this level and be able to casually apply the extraordinary technology of anti-gravity in daily life. Although anti-gravity technology may seem like nothing, such an elevator could be used. But this really represents the horror of the sixth-level civilization, the Mebak civilization. Qin Sheng took Long Mo and Norden Black into a giant building 21,000 kilometers high. This 21,000 kilometer high giant building has a black exterior. At the top of the building, there is also a dazzling star that is shining, a sign of a painful chaos demon. This is the symbol of the judgment of the Holy See. 12%. Chapter 57. First Class Civilization. Shocking the audience. There are many people now, and I will kneel for you later. 5K chapter. P.S. It is still a big chapter of 5K. Today the author has updated 17,000 words, and the task is completed perfectly. Before the judgment of the Holy See, there is also a slogan. Skull to the Holy See, blood sacrifice to chaos, kill Korn, burn Zinch, decapitate Nurgle, destroy Seymour. Qin Sheng can see at a glance that this slogan is a slogan of Korn, cranial offering, blood-stained blood god, slaughtering the galaxy, burning the galaxy. The Holy See of Judgment is a civilized institution that specializes in hunting chaos forces. The power is very strong, almost all over the galaxy. Most galaxies where civilizations gather, hubs, have their divisions. Chaos appeared in the surrounding galaxy, and they would also go to investigate as soon as possible. Then, according to the threat level of chaos, a quest will be issued, and the civilization as a bounty hunter will be hunted and killed in exchange for rewards. Of course, the Holy See of Judgment will also reward them for hunting chaos without a quest. As long as you can bring the chaos destruction credential. Chaos destroys the certificate, and has never mentioned what it looks like before. After Qin Sheng is obtained, the system will automatically store it in the reward space of the system. As soon as he entered this gigantic building with a height of 21,000 meters, the first person facing Qin Sheng was a huge corn demon. This corn was erected in a circular space inside the building. It is 1,200 meters high, and the huge demon wings behind it have a wingspan of more than 3,000 meters. He looked lifelike, his facial expressions were still contorted and angry, and his eyes were still gleaming scarlet. Ha ha ha, you must have been frightened. Norden Black laughed beside Qin Sheng. This is a corn bloodthirsty demon, powerful enough to easily destroy the fourth-level advanced civilization. But don't worry, he has been hunted and killed by the Holy See of Judgment, and has been made into a lifelike specimen by special means, which is placed here as a shock. 1. In the area of tens of thousands of light years around us, the main, 503, chaos threat is corn. However, this is just a branch of the Holy See of Judgment. The specimen is placed with a fourth-level bloodthirsty demon. I heard that in the headquarters of the Holy See of Judgment, there is a giant specimen of the chosen demon of corn. I heard that the corn god's chosen great demon is enough to match the real sixth-level civilization. Just one finger is hundreds of kilometers long. Even if the Holy See was judged, the cornerstone weapon of mathematical rules was used, and it was only really killed 1.2 million years ago. 1 inch. Then put it on the star of the Holy See headquarters to show shock. I heard that the area where the battle was fought at that time was tens of thousands of light years in diameter. Norden Black said. His words were full of emotion and fear of the powerful strength of the Holy See. Not to mention the corn bloodthirsty demon in the headquarters, even if he is facing this one now, he has to run away with his life. Speaking of which, I haven't really killed a corn bloodthirsty demon. Norden sighed. Mathematical rules cornerstone weapon. Qin Sheng was actually shocked by this word for a while. What a magnificent civilization it must be to make all the cornerstones of science and technology, the foundational rules of physics, the conceptual rules that exist but cannot be touched into weapons. Judgment of the Holy See, worthy of being a sixth-level peak civilization force. Qin Sheng thought about it, and suddenly asked, by the way, Norden, do you know how the Chaos Destruction Certificate came from? Why is it automatically obtained when you kill a Chaos Believer or Chaos Demon? Hearing Qin Sheng asking about this, Norden Black suddenly became interested. Cough cough. 1. Norden coughed dryly. Now, as an old senior, he will give Qin Sheng a good knowledge of science. In other words, that is, he is going to start showing off his knowledge and start pretending. It is said that the Chaos Destruction Certificate is a mark that the Holy See of Judgment used a rule-based weapon to mark on all Chaos demons and Chaos believers. Whether it is hundreds of millions of years in the past, or hundreds of millions of years in the future, as long as there are new demons, chaotic believers appear and enter the real universe, they will automatically be marked with this mark by the universe. I heard that the Holy See was actually preparing to use the concept of rules and the weapon of causality to wipe out all the chaotic demons, including the 4 evil gods, in one fell swoop. The 4 evil gods are immortal and immortal, and they are a collection of countless negative emotions in the universe. They can only be killed by completely rewriting the bottom-level cornerstone rules of the universe with the rules and concepts and weapons of causality. But unfortunately, the strength of the 4 evil gods is still too strong, and the evil gods each has a way to deal with such weapons. Therefore, after the failure, the Holy See of Judgment had no choice but to make this decision to mark all the forces of chaos. As long as you destroy the chaos forces, you can get this token as a certificate. In this way, the civilization forces of the entire universe are encouraged to actively seek out the forces of chaos, and actively hunt and kill, so as to prevent the spread of chaos. After all, even a 6th-level civilization has limited energy. 1. Norden Black said, laughing loudly, ha ha ha, it is precisely because of this that it is cheap for us middle and low-level civilizations to be able to act as bounty hunters in exchange for a lot of rewards. 1. Qin Sheng suddenly realized, I see. At the same time, he was also sighing, what kind of height the basic science and technology must reach, so that the rewriting of the rules of the universe can be said to be such an understatement. Norden Black was obviously content to show off in front of Qin Sheng. His huge 4-meter-high body stretched out his palm and patted Qin Sheng's back lightly. As a newcomer to this industry, you still have a lot to learn, ha 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 ha. 1. I can take your civilized fleet on missions in the future. To do our line of business, you must have strong strength. Your civilization's basic scientific research technology is still not high, right? Don't worry. 1. As long as I take you with me, I believe that you will soon be able to accumulate the technology to exchange for the full set of the 2nd-level civilization basic scientific research system. 1. As Norden Black said, he took Qin Sheng to move forward. The huge round bay where the specimen of the 4th-level chaos bloodthirsty demon is located. There are 4 roads in 4 directions. Qin Sheng's way, directly opposite, the other 3 roads on the left and right sides. Norden led him down the road on the right. Going around all the way, I came to a spacious room. There are also many bounty hunters in this room at the moment. There are all kinds of civilizations, and the bodies of these civilized races are generally huge. Norden Black is the civilization of the Elephant Man of Barbaros, and his 4-meter-tall body is not outstanding among the bounty hunters. Because most of them are bounty hunters fighting corn, these people are at the bottom of the industry. Most of the executions are some deep into a living planet to help the local civilization and corn believers, or the Corn Legion, to fight on land. Therefore, their extra-large bodies can better drive large mechas. Some of these bounty hunter species represent a certain civilization. And some are loners with fleets. But Qin Sheng rarely saw humans. Hey, Commander Black, that's very strange, I haven't seen you in over 100 years. 1. As soon as Norden Black came in, bounty hunters from other civilizations looked at Norden and shouted. Norden Black is the military commander of the Elephant Man civilization of Barbaros. In fact, there are quite a few bounty hunters here, all of whom are military commanders or leaders of a certain civilization. Behind them all represent a civilization with a population of tens of billions, hundreds of billions, or even trillions. But in the trial of the Holy See by the 6th-level civilization forces, they can still only act as a bounty hunter chief. It can be seen that the gap between the two sides is huge, and it can be seen that it is small. Forget it, my fleet's navigation system has been damaged by a warp storm from a goddamn corn bloodthirsty lord. 1. I've been lost in the cosmic string tunnel for 120 years. If it wasn't for this brother from the civilization of the Great Qin Empire who took me out, I would probably die in the cosmic string channel for the rest of my life. Norden sighed and waved his hand. Ha 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 ha, then you are so lucky. The bounty hunters laughed, and only then did they notice Qin Sheng next to Norden. Qin Sheng's height is also nearly 2 meters, but in front of these other races with a huge body of 4 or 5 meters, he still does not look very conspicuous. Okay, let's not talk about it. This brother is also a newcomer who has just entered our line. In the future, I would like to invite everyone to announce that the civilization of the Dakan Empire is covered by our Norden Bounty Hunter organization. It is our Barbaronian Elephant Man civilization. Norden Black spoke directly to everyone. And everyone else was happy to give Norden Black face. In their opinion, it is possible to take the fleet of the Elephant Man civilization of Barbarons out of the cosmic string channel. It must be a third-level civilization with strong strength. And they are happy to make a new third-level civilization. After all, they have mixed hundreds of thousands of years in this hub galaxy, and there are no stupid people. Even if some people want to oppose Norden Black, they will wait and see for a while to see what the strength of the Great Qin Empire is. Norden Black brought Qin Sheng straight to the center of this wide room, a huge, radiant sphere here. This is the intelligent AI deployed here by the Holy See of Judgment. A phantom appeared. In Qin Sheng's eyes, this phantom was a virtual beauty with excellent appearance, excellent posture and perfect body. This is the intelligent AI that judges the Holy See. People of each race look at it differently. For example, what I saw was a wonderful, nearly 4-meter tall Baburns elephant man with 4 beautiful thick legs. Norden Black explained to Qin Sheng, and then began to submit the task. The AI glanced at Norden Black and said, Norden Black, the elephant civilization of Barbaros, the third-level civilization, has completed the task of clearing the billions of chaos believers from the planet of life in the DETZSO 51141 galaxy. 1. Submit 100,000 chaos destruction certificates. Query the existing chaos destruction evidence reserves. Norden Black spoke up. Babalos Elephant Man Civilization, the existing chaos destruction certificate reserves, 3.27 million. After the sound sounded, bounty hunters from many other civilizations let out a sigh of relief. More than 3 million chaos destroyed certificates, which is considered the top among them. Norden's chaos destruction certificate is nearly 3.3 million. Enough to exchange for a relatively stable quasi-4th level leap engine device. Yeah, I really don't know when I will be able to save so many chaos destruction certificates. Bounty hunters from many other civilizations said enviously. And Norden Black himself is a third-level civilization, with the support of the 4th-level leading civilization of the Norden Bounty Hunter organization. They wouldn't play Norden's idea. Norden Black proudly said to Qin Sheng, see, 100,000 chaos destroys vouchers, which can be exchanged for many good things. You are a newcomer to the industry. You may have killed some chaos believers before, but the income is estimated to be very small. It is not bad to have hundreds of certificates. 1. But don't be discouraged, brother, I will take you into the industry, and I will naturally take you on tasks. And Qin Sheng looked at Norden Black suspiciously, which I did you see that I was discouraged? Qin Sheng turned his head and said to the AI who was judging the Holy See, the civilization of the Qin Empire, submit all the proofs of destruction of chaos. The civilization of the Qin Empire, a new first-level civilization. Norden Black heard the message, laughed and patted Qin Sheng's back. Ha ha ha, you still have a long way to go, ha 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 ha. The bounty hunters of many other civilizations were all stunned, and then sneered, first-level civilization. Some civilized races who usually do not deal with Norden immediately made a mockery of Norden Black. Ha 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 ha, Black, you are really ashamed. Actually let a civilization take you out of the cosmic string channel. Ha 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 ha. At this time, the voice of the judgment of the Holy See AI continued to sound. Detecting chaos destruction credentials token count. After confirming that the Dakan Empire is only a first-level civilization, there is no need to worry about it, and those civilized races targeting Norden Black stood up. Boy, you have just entered this industry, and you will understand what rules are in the future. After all, Qin Sheng was brought by Norden Black, and when they targeted Norden, they also targeted Qin Sheng. To shut up. This is the person I brought, it's your turn to speak. Norden Black roared directly, suppressing everyone's voices. At the same time, he secretly said to Qin Sheng, you are a newcomer. You may have killed some chaos believers before, but it is estimated that you will get hundreds of certificates at most. Listen to what your brother has to say, and save your brother's face. Don't report the number. Before this sentence was finished, the voice of AI sounded again. The Dakan Empire, the newly registered first-level civilization, the chaos destruction mark has been calculated. It is equivalent to 23,660,000 chaos destruction certificates. When Norton Black heard it, he didn't react immediately. He suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. More than 2,000 chaos destroyed the certificate. It's fortunate, it's very good in another first-level civilization, it's not ashamed. As soon as he finished speaking, Norton Black suddenly felt that something was wrong. Just is not it. Behind there is a swastika. 10,000, 5.223.66 million. Lord God's elephant legs. After Norton Black reacted, he screamed suddenly, his huge eyes widened, and he looked at Qin Sheng in shock. I just said 2 or 3,660,000. 10,000. At the last 4,000 characters, the startled Norton Black's tall elephant turned into a sharp twat. It's just killing a corn bloodthirsty demon and a zinch to prepare for the divine election. Qin Sheng waved his hand indifferently, indicating that this is not unusual. And Norton Black swallowed again. He was so shocked in his heart that his expression froze. The bloodthirsty demon, Zinch is ready to choose. Be good, motherfucker. What kind of monster is this? Not surprising. It's so f-king weird. Norton only felt that his 4 thick elephant legs were shaking. Darling, what kind of monster did he bring? Before I think about it, I still want to pretend to be an old bounty hunter. Looking at it now, I am a pure clown. Norton looked at his 4 thick elephant legs, and then at Qin Sheng. This is the real thick thigh, golden thigh. To be honest, if it weren't for the crowd now, Norton Black would have kneeled to Qin Sheng. At this moment, the bounty hunters of many other civilizations have long been silent. Quiet, depressed. Everyone was shocked. More than 20 million chaos destroyed the certificate. You tell me that this is a newcomer of the first-level civilization. The AI of the Holy See, are you crazy? Many people simply don't want to believe it. But there were also a few civilized people with greed flashing in their eyes, and they looked at each other. Then they left together. 12%. Chapter 58 Preliminary Observation Technology of the Microcosm. Obtain a new battleship. Giant Shield, Battleship, 5K, please subscribe. P.S. It is still a 5K chapter. Norton Black is numb. Originally, he wanted to take Qin Sheng into the game by virtue of his status as a veteran bounty hunter, and pretend to be aggressive in front of Qin Sheng. As a result, he didn't expect that he was forced to act. He has worked hard for hundreds of years, and the Chaos Destruction certificate he has obtained is not more than a fraction of other people's. Just when Norton Black was depressed and felt that he had been messing with dogs for hundreds of years. With a glance in his eyes, he found the few people who had just left. His eyes were cold. Norton Black whispered to Qin Sheng, Emperor, you have to be careful, a few people just went out. They are all notorious gangs of civilizations in the Hub Galaxy. Pirates have a very strong ethos and are privately greedy. AI won't lie. If you say that you are a first-level civilization, then you are really a first-level civilization. I don't know why you get so many chaos destruction credentials. They probably had some thoughts in their hearts that they shouldn't have. I guess, they think. You may have been lucky before, killing a bloodthirsty demon who was not so strong, and Zinch was preparing for the divine election. Having so many chaos destruction credentials. So they got their minds up. When Qin Sheng heard the words, he frowned and said, Chaos destroys vouchers, and between civilizations, can they still be plundered? Norton Black shook his head and said, No, transactions cannot be transferred between chaos destruction certificates. After all, this is the certificate that the rules will automatically mark on you after you kill the chaos demon. It's already the rule of nature. So it is impossible to trade, and it is impossible to be robbed. But, 1. Norton Black changed the conversation and said, but the rewards you exchanged with the Chaos Destruction certificate can be robbed. After all, those rewards are real. Moreover, most of the judgments in the Holy See are some technical rewards. After the exchange, it cannot be directly converted into combat power in a short period of time. Quote. Having said this, Qin Sheng understood. At the same time, he was also slightly vigilant in his heart. Looking at it this way, the other party is several 301-level civilizations. It would be a little dangerous if they really wanted to unite to snatch his newly acquired skills. After all, a true third-level civilization, no matter how bad it is, its combat effectiveness will not be bad. Basically, they all have energy shields. Qin Sheng quickly used these chaos destruction credentials, used to exchange for a large number of technical rewards, and then consume a lot of technical value. Quickly turn it into combat power. I want to redeem some advanced technology, any recommendations? Qin Sheng thought for a while, and said to the ball AI in front of him. Please wait. The virtual beauty AI that appeared on the ball in front of her spoke, and then a streamer flickered. A list that only he could see appeared directly in Qin Sheng's mind. Judgment Vatican Chaos Destroy Voucher Exchange Reward Shop. Microscopic Space Distortion Field Shield Level 4 Standard 40 million. Microparticle Decomposition Cannon Technology Level 4 Standard 20 million. Planetary Microscopic Basic Particle Solidification and Transformation Technology Level 4 Standard 120 million. 1. The Holy See of Judgment does not sell the technology of the fifth-level civilization, or in other words, this branch of the Holy See of Judgment does not sell the things of the fifth-level civilization. But even the things of the fourth-level civilization are too expensive. Seeing Qin Sheng stare, he has worked so hard to save so many chaos destruction certificates, but in the end he can only buy a microparticle decomposition cannon technology. Moreover, let's look at that planetary microscopic basic particle solidification transformation technology. This is the main transformation technology of the planetary war star. Qin Sheng remembered it wrong before. He thought it would take at least 1 billion chaos to destroy the voucher to buy it. But looking at it now, it only needs 120 million to buy it. But even so, Qin Sheng still couldn't afford it. He now has a lot of mixed certificates, more than 20 million, a fraction of a percent. Although expensive, Qin Sheng also knows that it is definitely worth the money. The solidification and transformation technology of planetary microscopic basic particles is to transform and solidify the basic particles of planets through the microcosm. Increase its quality, strength, all. This is the basic technology for building planetary battle stars. After the transformation is completed, the size of the battle star will be reduced compared to the size of the original planet, but the strength will increase hundreds of times. Weapons with third-level civilization technology are generally unable to cause damage to battle stars. This is also the reason why the battle stars of the fourth-level civilization are so powerful. And the standard of the fourth-level civilization, in addition to the fast and accurate leap engine that can span 1,000 light-years at a time. There is also a particularly important technical mark, that is, microcosmic technology. Only by truly mastering the technology that can perfect and transform a certain substance from the microscopic level. It is the real step into the level of the fourth-level civilization. Therefore, the real fourth-level civilization, the basic materials science is far stronger than the third-level civilization countless times. The most common ships of a fourth-level civilization have been strengthened by microparticle technology, and their strength is even if they are standing and let thousands of third-level civilizations fight. They are not necessarily damaged, and they can leave calmly. This is the huge gap in basic materials science between the fourth-level civilization and the third-level civilization. Too expensive, show me the top technology of the third-level civilization. Qin Sheng looked straight and grinned. It's all good stuff, but he basically can't afford it. Even if you buy it, you can only afford one or two of them. Looking at this list, there are hundreds of them. They are all sold separately from the technology projects of the fourth-level civilization. If you buy it in a package, the price is definitely a figure that Qin Sheng looks up to. As soon as the voice fell, the list refreshed. Preliminary observation technology of the microcosm, level 3 peak, 2.5 million. Jump wormhole space jammer, level 3 pinnacle, 2 million. High energy plasma pulse technology, level 3 standard, 900,000. High strength level 3 civilization alloy armor technology, level 3 standard, 500,000. Closing parenthesis. Above the dazzling list in the eyes, there are more technologies than the fourth level civilization, and thousands of various technologies are displayed in Qin Sheng's eyes. And from these technologies, Qin Sheng also saw several familiar things. For example, 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile technology, third level high, 1.5 million. This technology is owned by Qin Sheng. But this does not mean that with this technology, the civilization level of the Deccan Empire is level 3. The level of basic science is still the first. Because for the 10 times the speed of light curvature engine missile, Qin Sheng only knew it but didn't know why. In other words, the Great Qin Empire only knew how to make it, but did not understand the basic technology. The same is true for high plasma pulse technology, although it is the main weapon of the Huayanjin class pulsed heavy artillery frigate. But Qin Sheng doesn't actually understand the deep technical means, he just manufactures it according to the corresponding methods mentioned in the technology. After reading these things, Qin Sheng took a deep breath. First of all, he had to buy something that could really improve the civilization level of the Deccan Empire. For example, a full set of secondary civilization basic research technologies. Secondary Civilization Basic Scientific Research Technology Package, Secondary, 900,000. The basic science of the second-level civilization is based on the mastery of controllable nuclear fusion technology that is higher than that of the first-level civilization. The second-level civilization has a deeper understanding of the universe than the first-level civilization. For the study of curvature engines, they are also more mature. This package contains all the physical theories of the second-level civilization, the basic research technology of scientific basic technology means. Able to study at the speed of the table, the first-level civilization of human beings can be upgraded to the second-level civilization. This thing is what Qin Sheng needs at present. This can increase his civilization level. Look at the price again. Not expensive, only 900,000. Qin Sheng can also buy many other things. Think for a moment. Qin Sheng thought for a while. He felt that he needed a big killer. It must be able to effectively threaten higher-level civilizations. After thinking about it, Qin Sheng chose 3 things. The first is that Secondary Civilization offers scientific research technology package, which can help the Great Qin Empire to quickly upgrade its own civilization level. Advance basic science. After all, Qin Sheng's fleet now has strong armor and weapons, but the basic structure under the armor of the battleship is still the technology of the first-level civilization. He had been fighting enemies whose civilization level was inferior to him. So there is no downside. But once encountering a higher civilization, this drawback will appear obviously. And this could be fatal in future battles. The second item is the most important one. Preliminary observation technology of microcosm, level 3 peaks. After the Deccan Empire was promoted to the second-level civilization, there was a follow-up research direction. The improvement of this technology on basic science is incomparably huge. The microcosm can be observed initially based on the technology of this technology. If we can observe the microcosm, then all the theories of basic science will be much easier to understand. More new technologies can also be discovered. It is also something that can quickly help Qin Sheng advance to the level of civilization. And the third thing is more awesome. Microscopic particle decomposition cannon technology, level 4 standard. This is a technology that Qin Sheng is going to buy for self-protection. After confirming, Qin Sheng purchased these 3 technologies. Are you sure you want to buy? This action will cost Chaos 23.4 million to destroy the credentials. The voice of the judgment of the Holy Cai rang in Qin Sheng's ears. Qin Sheng confirms the purchase. The Chaos destroyed credential mark has been eliminated, 23.4 million. Now the remaining Chaos destroy credential mark, 260,000. The relevant technology has been released. Qin Sheng opened again. It is to find that there is a small data storage in his hand. It looks very inconspicuous. It's just such a small thing that stores a huge amount of technology, consuming so much of my chaos destruction credentials. Qin Sheng took a long breath and looked at the data storage in his hand. Qin Sheng was amazed by the huge amount of data stored in it. If all the internal data is materialized, it will become a sheet of paper full of data. It is estimated that a 4.7 kilometer long, Great Emperor, class defensive battlecruiser can be stacked directly. Among them, the basic technology of the second-level civilization occupies the majority. Acquired the second-level civilization basic technology package, second-level standard. 100-fold increase. Have obtained the third-level civilization basic technology package. 1. Level 3 civilization basic technology package. This package contains a full set of basic science, basic mathematics, basic physical materials science, energy optics, quantum mechanics and other technologies of the third-level civilization. After research, it can help to quickly upgrade to civilization level. Preliminary observation technology of the microcosm has been obtained, third-level peak. It is possible to observe the microcosm through this technology, and to further improve the basic technology in the technology of the third-level civilization is the key to entering the fourth-level civilization. Its basic science level has exceeded the current basic technology level of the Deccan Empire, and it cannot be increased by 100 times. It has been increased by 100 times in terms of quantity. You have obtained the microcosmic preliminary observation technology, level 3 peak, X100. Acquired microparticle decomposition cannon technology, level 4 standard. This technology is already a mature fourth-level civilization technology, which can emit microscopic particle decomposition beams to decompose the obstacles it encounters from the microscopic level. Its basic science level far exceeds the current basic technology level of the Deccan Empire, and it cannot be increased by 100 times, and it has been increased by 100 times in terms of quantity. You got the micro-ion dissociation cannon X100. Please also upgrade the current civilization level. Qin Sheng was slightly taken aback. What the hell? What the FK is this? The first one is okay to say, the latter two cannot be increased by 100 times in terms of technical strength. Only 503 pictures can be multiplied from hundreds of times. What is the use of him asking for 100 sets of preliminary observation techniques for the microcosm? For research, he only needs one set. Qin Sheng said he was fooled. He might as well just buy more secondary weapon technologies and strengthen them 100-fold. And the third item, it can only be received. Okay. Fortunately, the third technology is weapon technology. No matter how powerful the second-level technology is, it cannot be compared to the level of the fourth-level civilization even if it is strengthened 100 times. Directly obtained 100 microscopic particle decomposition cannons. This can truly become Qin Sheng's direct combat power. This also made Qin Sheng understand deeply. Your civilization level is not enough. Even if you open the plugin, you will not fully open it. Now Qin Sheng still has 260,000 chaos destruction certificates left. Qin Sheng knows that, if the technical basic science level obtained exceeds his own too much, then it is impossible to obtain a 100-fold increase in technical enhancement. After learning this lesson, Qin Sheng just wanted to see if there were any better battleship blueprints. The battleships he has now are all enhanced hundreds of times from the technology of the first-level civilization. Qin Sheng can also strengthen the technology of the second-level civilization 100 times. Start searching for blueprints for battleships. After weighing the price, Qin Sheng took a fancy to one of the blueprints for the manufacture of warships. Shield ship, secondary peak, 200,000. Shield ship. This battle is a special kind of warship, specially armored and coated with special energy-resistant coating on the surface. It is a large unmanned defense ship. Because of its unmanned characteristics, it can stand at the forefront of the fleet and use itself as a protective shield for the rear fleet. Qin Sheng nodded slightly. This is good. The technology of Qin Sheng's warships is now 100 times enhanced from the technology of the first-level civilization. Usually bullying low-level civilization, that is the state of crushing. But if you face civilizations above the third level, even if you can still overwhelm the opponent, it won't open too many gaps. Now Qin Sheng needs such a battleship that is not low in foundation and can make him 100 times stronger. The 200,000 Chaos Destruction Certificate has been deducted. Currently remaining Chaos Destruction Certificate, 60,000 inches. Qin Sheng sighed slightly, that more than 20 million Chaos destroyed the vouchers, and in such a short time, only 60,000 remained. But worth it. 100 times stronger. Giant shield, ship. Type. Special Defense Battleship. Inner armor. Advanced Enhanced Crystal Nano Regeneration Armor. Outer armor. Pseudo-Red Dragon Scale Battleship Enhanced Armor. Outer armor thickness, 17000 mm. Inner armor thickness, 15000 mm. The outermost defense, one-way thickening energy shield generator. Energy value, 5 billion. Body length, 1500 meters. Front shield height, 1300 meters. Shield width, 1000 meters. Weight, 2.7 million tons. The only weapon system, Shield Hurricane, Curvature Engine Missile Launch Platform. 2. 12%. Chapter 59. 7 Civilizations with Unruly Minds. Take the initiative to attack, so as not to have too many dreams at night. 5K chapter, please subscribe. P.S. It is still a 5K chapter. Thank you, Condensation, for the reward of 10,000 VIP points. The hull of the Giant Shield battleship is slightly special. Like a mushroom placed horizontally. The heavily armored hull at the front is like an umbrella. The rear hull is slender. The only weapon platform of this warship is the Shield Hurricane, Curvature Engine Missile Launch Platform on the slender hull behind the giant shield. Because this is an unmanned ship, it can save a lot of space for energy and missile platform installation. Can also carry a large number of curvature engine missiles. Excellent protection. After redeeming this battleship, Qin Sheng only had 60,000 Chaos Destruction Certificates left. Open your eyes again. Just saw Norden Black's somewhat complicated eyes. Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? Norden Black whispered to Qin Sheng. Which thing? Qin Sheng asked. It's the matter of chaos destroying the certificate. If I knew you had so many, I wouldn't bring you directly in the crowd. There are so many people here, you know who is secretly watching it in your heart. Norden Black said, bringing up a previous incident again. Not long ago, a few people who were my enemies went out. They will probably call up a fleet to block you. Because you were brought here by me, I will also target you with it. What's more, you should have exchanged a lot of good things just now. 1. Norden Black sighed and said with some remorse. Hearing this, Qin Sheng nodded and said, it is true that I exchanged some good things, and they are basically all spent. Used up. Norden Black's eyes suddenly widened, and he was extremely shocked. He has been chasing for hundreds of years, and finally managed to accumulate 3.27 million chaos destruction certificates. I have been saving and not willing to spend. I was thinking of buying the preliminary microcosmic observation technology and stable jump engine technology at the same time. But it's a little bit worse. Now since Qin Sheng, more than 20 million chaos destroyed the vouchers in one shot. And then in just a short while, it's all gone. Norden Black almost suffocated. Immediately, I felt that Qin Sheng's big wave of his hand was spending what he had worked hard for thousands of years. He can't imagine the world of rich people. Thinking of this, Norden Black immediately said to Qin Sheng, don't leave the hub galaxy first. I'm afraid that as soon as you go out, you will be targeted by those who just went out. It's my fault for hurting you. If you want to go out, then my fleet will also accompany you. After all, I have a little face. If they want to rob you, then I can also protect you. Norden Black took the initiative to take the responsibility on himself and said to Qin Sheng. Qin Sheng nodded slightly. He said, don't worry, with my strength, I don't care about the general third-level civilization. This confident look left Norden speechless. Although Qin Sheng is carrying so many chaos destruction credentials, who knows how he got it? Norden Black wanted to believe Qin Sheng's strength. However, the gap between the levels of civilization is here. Every time the civilization level differs by one level, the difference is a huge difference. Not to mention that Qin Sheng's Dakan Empire is now only a first-level civilization. And the enemy has at least 3 third-level civilizations. After thinking about it, Norden felt a little unsafe. Looking at himself, there are still 3.37 million chaos destruction certificates. Grit your teeth. Swipe directly with one hand to call out a virtual light screen. Click on the screen. At the same time, on the Multi-Civilization Exchange Forum of the Hub Galaxy, there is an additional message. I'm Norden Black, the commander of the Norden Bounty Hunter Organization, the third-level civilization, the Elephant Man civilization of Barbaros. Now I have a complete set of information on the preliminary observation technology of the microcosm. Worth 2.5 million chaos-destroyed credentials. I need a top-notch warship that can withstand a 4th-level attack for at least 10 minutes, a warship with a curvature engine that can reach 50 times the speed of light, and a warship with outstanding stealth capabilities. Or 25,000 source crystals. If you want to trade with me, you can contact me directly. 1 inch. Norden Black made a big decision. He is going to spend the chaos destruction certificate he has accumulated over the past few hundred years to trade with other civilizations a spaceship that can hit and run to Qin Sheng. Jump engines cannot be used, as other Tier 3 civilizations also have jump engines. Sooner or later, people will catch up in the cosmic string channel. Therefore, it can only be a curvature engine that is more than 50 times the speed of light, and does not pass through the cosmic string channel. This way, those who are ill-intentioned can't catch up. Norden Black thought to himself. He gave up, even if the chaos destruction certificates that he has worked so hard to accumulate over the past few hundred years are all wasted. Also help Qin Sheng to leave the hub system safely. Preliminary observation technology of microcosm. It is the key to the promotion of the 3rd-level civilization to the 4th-level civilization technology. Under the 4th-level civilization, all civilizations are as small as ants. This sentence is not a joke. So Norden Black has worked hard for hundreds of years, just for this technology and stable leap engine. Can make his mother civilization stable from the 3rd level to the 4th level. And in order to prevent someone from copying it after exchange, and then distributing it everywhere. The complete set of data of the microcosmic preliminary observation technology, exchanged from the Holy See of Judgment has undergone special encryption at the 6th level civilization level. You can check if you want. But once you want to use any means for data backup, the technical data will be automatically destroyed. So it is impossible to be copied. And each civilization is limited to one purchase. Norden's efforts over the past few hundred years can be said to be in vain. But even so, Norden Black still wanted to help Qin Shang. If he can't protect Qin Shang, he can at least let Qin Shang escape on the warship he traded. Qin Shang saw Norden Black's actions here, and also opened the Civilization Exchange Forum of the Hub Galaxy. Naturally discovered what Norden Black had just released. He first asked a question. Norden can use chaos to destroy vouchers to exchange things to trade with other civilizations. Norden Black posted the news here. I haven't noticed that Qin Shang also saw it, and nodded with a little heartache. Being able to trade, there is a special trading platform in the Hub Galaxy. Qin Shang's mouth twitched slightly. Fortunately, he did not lose. Although the 100 times amplification system failed to strengthen the preliminary microcosmic observation technology 100 times. But it has increased the number. Qin Shang now holds 100 copies preliminary observation technology of microcosm. If they are all sold, at the price that Norden Black just sent a message. How much is that worth? He stretched out his hand and patted the thigh of Norden, who was 4 meters tall next to him. Qin Shang could only pat his thigh. Qin Shang smiled and said, I made you a friend, and the transaction post you just posted can be withdrawn. Don't worry, I won't let my friends pay such a high price to protect me. As for those people just now, let's go out and assemble the fleet, then lead them out of the Hub Galaxy, and destroy them all, right? When Norden Black listened to Qin Shang's confident speech, he was shocked. I wipe, big F, you don't know how many people just went out. At least 7 people. Behind each of them represents a civilization of at least 3 levels. Fleet of 7 third-level civilizations. Even if you have the strength of the third-level civilization, then we only have 2 third-level civilization fleets. 2 on 7. How to spell. Even if you just redeemed a lot of good stuff, good technology. It will take at least 1 or 200 years to fully transform into its own strength. Are we going to be stuck in the hub system for 200 years? But Norden Black thought about it. It's not bad to be a tortoise in the Hub Galaxy and hold it for 200 years. At least not lost. And the Hub Galaxy also has the Ring Star Super Large Particle Collider that Mibak built when he built the Dyson Sphere. As long as you pay, you can use it together with the microcosmic preliminary observation technology. Within 200 years, his Baburn's Elephant Man civilization has a chance to successfully advance to the 4th level civilization. Thinking of this, Norden Black made up his mind, and he took Qin Shang to stay in the Hub Galaxy for 200 years. There is an order guarded by the Mibak civilization in the Hub system. No one dared to get in there. As long as his Baburn's Elephant Man civilization is successfully promoted to the 4th level civilization, then basically no one dares to touch Qin Shang. Norden Black was thinking about it when he suddenly heard Qin Shang's words, let's go out now. These people are also a disaster to keep. 1. It just happened to lead out all the people with bad intentions, and then solve it together. So as not to have too many dreams at night. Having said that, Qin Shang walked out. Only Norden Black, who was stunned, was left in a mess. All solved. Brother, are you crazy? Seeing that Qin Shang was about to leave, Norden Black hurriedly followed, gritted his teeth secretly, fight. Even if he fought his life today and died here, he would have to let Qin Shang break out. Qin Shang took him out from the cosmic string channel, saving him and the lives of millions of people in the fleet. Now, it's just a matter of giving back your life. Done. Their Baburn's Elephant Man is so gracious and rewarding. Qin Shang here doesn't know yet, but Norden Black has already declared his determination to die. He is busy communicating with the game system at the moment, spending technical value. Instantly install the microparticle disintegration gun you just obtained on the battleship. If you don't spend the technical value, you have to install and adapt slowly and spend a lot of time. But with enough technical value, it can be installed without time consuming. This is also a plugin that all Shanghai game players have. However, other players may not be like Qin Shang, who has more than 100 million skill points. Would it cost 50 million technical points to install the microscopic particle decomposition pulse cannon on the Hongwu Emperor class defensive battlecruiser? Hiss. Qin Shang took a deep breath. It is indeed the weapon of the 4th level civilization. Just installing it would cost him 50 million technical points. Fine. He also has 180 technical points. 4 particle decomposition pulse cannons can be installed instantly. 50 million technical points have been consumed, and the installation is complete. 50 million technical points have been consumed, and the installation is complete. 4 beeps in a row. Inside the 2 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers docked at port 1141. Blue light flickered below the bow rail guns of the 4 Hongwu Emperor class defense battlecruisers docked inside. The place where the railgun is juxtaposed up and down. Some less critical accessory mods disappeared. There is an extra weapon that looks no different from a normal pulse weapon device. Qin Sheng believed that these 4 weapons of the 4th level civilization would definitely bring him a big surprise. He can't wait to see how powerful the weapons of a real 4th level civilization are. At the same time, in the spaceport, the doors of the huge battleships of the 10 Han Gaozu class aircraft carriers docked here opened. 6 ordinary Hongwu Emperor class defensive battlecruisers and 4 defensive battlecruisers equipped with particle decomposition pulse guns slowly drove out. 10 places are left. The warship production line inside the aircraft carrier started. Will it consume 10,000 warship general manufacturing modules to make giant shield warships? Will it consume 10,000 warship general manufacturing modules to make giant shield warships? 10 beeps in a row. Qin Sheng's storage of more than 120,000 general-purpose manufacturing modules for warships instantly only left more than 20,000. At the same time, it also consumed 1 billion tons of metal, 100 million tons of purple crystals and 10 million tons of heavy hydrogen energy in the giant transport supply ship. The hull of the giant shield-type battleship can be separated from the giant shield in front. The dead weight of more than 2 million tons that Qin Sheng had seen before was actually the weight of the hull behind the giant shield warship. Does not include the weight of the giant shield in front. With the hulls of 10 giant shields and the front giant shield structure, Qin Sheng only consumed 1 billion tons of metal and 100,000 battleship general manufacturing modules. Okay, now it's ready. You can leave the hub galaxy and let out those who are ill-intentioned. The corners of Qin Sheng's mouth twitched slightly, and after returning to the fleet, he issued an order. Fleet set sail. The fleet of the Dakan Empire began to leave port 1141 one by one. And the super small miniature battle star fleet of the Elephant Man civilization of Barbaros is behind the fleet of the Dakan Empire. Just as the fleets of the 2 civilizations started and flew away from the Mibaki hub galaxy. Several small and inconspicuous fast reconnaissance ships were also docked at the port, and they quickly locked the direction of the Dakan Empire fleet and the Babylon Lee's Good Sixiong People's Civilization fleet. He also started the engine immediately and left. Beyond the Mibak Nexus system, 7 fleets are distributed in space. These fleets come in different shapes. The battleships of some fleets are uniformly spherical. Others are like starfish, with outstanding rearward edges and corners. But most are still streamlined fleets with the common aesthetic of mammals. These 7 fleets are all from different 3rd-level civilizations. However, these 3-level civilizations have a common feature. That is, privateering prevails. Over the past 1,000 years, these 7 and 3 levels have cooperated to form a semi-united interstellar sea weave. Auto Star Convention Organization. A total of 7 3rd-level civilizations have joined. Because private fights are not allowed in the Mibaki hub system. All of them will be blocked outside the galaxy, specifically to rob those civilizations with average strength but good things. Over the years, they have accumulated a lot of wealth together. But none of them can be promoted to a 4th-level civilization. To ask why, it is because they have handed over all the wealth they have looted for thousands of years to the people behind them. The 4th-level civilization, the Athos civilization, is also known as the high level of the Athos Empire, the Archduke of Arden. Archduke Arden, who is a high-ranking senior in the 4th-level civilization, raised these 7 predatory 3rd-level civilizations. But because of the 6th-level civilization ban, Grand Duke Arden would not directly give them material help. However, he would rely on his influence of the senior level 4 civilization to cover up their grandson afterwards. Because in essence, the Mibaki civilization came to help the Athos Empire build the Dyson Sphere. Leave after it's done. This hub galaxy is actually the territory of the Athos Empire. Otherwise, these 7 3rd-level civilizations would have been attacked by many other 3rd-level civilizations in the galaxy because they had offended the public. Chapter 60 The Horror of the 4th-level Civilization Weapon Microscopic Particle Decomposition Cannon. 5K, subscribe. The fleet of 7 3rd-level civilizations is not many. There are only about a few thousand warships per civilization. But the 7 civilizations combined, there are also more than 20,000 warships. They are waiting outside the hub galaxy. They had already received intelligence from the reconnaissance ship that the target would leave the hub galaxy in this direction. So they waited here in advance. Sure enough, it was just a few days of waiting outside the hub galaxy. They found 2 fleets leaving the hub galaxy. A fleet of ships looks like it has only a few dozen warships, but the battleships are all relatively large. The other fleet was another third-level fleet. At the heart of the fleet is an ultra-small miniature battlestar spherical 30 kilometers in diameter surrounded by thousands of warships of all sizes. Barbaronian Elephant Man, Norden Black, quote, the Auto Star Convention Organization, the leader of the Western civilization, Wonk, looked at this fleet. Of course he knew Norden Black. After all, Norden Black was one of the few people he hadn't robbed. The Barbarns Elephant Man civilization is part of the Norden Bounty Hunters organization. The Norden Bounty Hunters organization is dominated by a 4th-level civilization. Like the ATO Interstellar Convention organization, it is backed by a 4th-level civilization. But, unlike the decaying, self-depraved Athos Empire, the Level 4 civilization of the Norden Bounty Hunters organization was a young, ambitious Level 4 civilization. As the leader of the ATO Interstellar Convention organization, the Ring family also judges the situation. Don't rob someone behind them. When he saw that their target was also followed by the fleet of Barbarns of the Elephant civilization, he was actually a little hesitant. Do you want to do it? But after only a moment's hesitation, Wonk made up its mind. Do it. Without him. It's because the target they choose is too fat. The Holy See spent more than 20 million proofs of chaos destruction. Must have been exchanged for absolutely good stuff. Perhaps, there is also the technology of the 4th-level civilization. And you don't have to worry about the other party using these technologies to improve their strength. The technology of judging the sale of the Holy See will certainly take time to digest before it can be truly transformed into the strength of civilization. Now, they have 7 civilizations, and there are only 2 civilizations opposite. One of them is only a first-class civilization. The gulf between civilizational hierarchies is enormous. He had nothing to worry about. Even afterwards, the 4th-level civilization of the Norden Bounty Hunter organization got him into trouble. Don't be afraid, as long as you can get the technology of the 4th-level civilization. He secretly hid again, hiding from him for hundreds of thousands of years, and finally perhaps, his own civilization was also promoted to a 4th-level civilization. At that time, everyone will be a 4th-level civilization, who is afraid of whom? The technology of the 4th-level civilization is enough for me to take risks. Stop them. Wonk gave an order. Suddenly, in space, the fleets of 7 third-level civilizations began to disperse. A battle formation is formed. More than 20,000 warships. From the front of Qin Sheng's fleet, it was ready to be surrounded. The distance between each battleship is more than 1,000 kilometers. It looks like the formation is very sparse, but it occupies the whole space as densely. Space battleships are everywhere, and the Barbarns Elephant Civilization fleet, when Norden Black saw the situation, he gritted his teeth and launched a communication to Qin Sheng, Emperor, you go first. I'll stop them. Quote. Rest assured, they won't treat me like that. Norden Black was ready to die. He just fought for this life today, and he also had to help Qin Sheng leave. Qin Sheng, who was in the middle of the bridge of his fleet's flagship, heard this and said, I think you should rest assured of me. Anvalia, pass on the order and release all the battleships. Yes, Your Majesty the Emperor. The streamer of data in Anvalia's eyes flickered. The next moment, the 10 huge, Henkelzu-class aircraft carriers sailing in space opened one after another. In the cabin glowing blue. One after another, more than 500 meters long, Wu Anjin-class pulse heavy gun frigates began to take off inside the aircraft carrier. Like a dense swarm of released insects, it appears in space. Qin Sheng's aircraft carrier flagship was at the end. It is the chain of command of the entire fleet. 10 giant shield battleships were like huge shields, blocking the aircraft carrier. Protect Qin Sheng's own safety. One after another, Hongwu Emperor class defensive battlecruisers drove out of the aircraft carrier. The Hanwang class general purpose cruiser and the Qinhuang class offensive cruiser add up to a total of 200 ships, which are at the forefront. The spacing between each battleship is also more than 1,000 kilometers. Seeing the battleship released by Qin Sheng's aircraft carrier, Norden Black did not feel surprised and happy. On the contrary, he felt that Qin Sheng was also ready to fight to the death. There is a lot of anxiety in the heart. He hurriedly persuaded Qin Shang, hoping that Qin Shang would be able to escape. But Qin Shang's purpose was to eliminate those unscrupulous people in front of him. How did you leave? Moreover, just by looking at the level of civilization, he is a first-level civilization. The unscrupulous people on the other side are all third-level civilizations. In this way, after destroying the battleship of the opposite civilization, how rich technical points and technical rewards must he get? Opposite the 7 fleets of 3-level civilizations, each fleet has 2 or 3,000 warships combined to a total of more than 20,000 warships. Sprinkle all over space. A battle line of more than 1,000,000 kilometers was formed. On Qin Shang's side, thousands of warships were fully rolled out. The length of the battle line is also more than 100,000 kilometers. Give me an attack. Take down the fleet of that first-level civilization first. Quote. The leader of the Western civilization, Wonk, roared and gave an order. On the battle line of millions of kilometers, all the warships simultaneously flew forward tens of millions of kilometers apart. Tens of thousands of warships attacked at the same time. Suddenly, all kinds of weapons began to fly forward. Thousands of incomparably hot, red glowing plasma rays cut through space. Missiles mounted on curvature engines and faster than 5 times the speed of light lifted off. Enter a state of curvature in space, surrounded by flashing colored streamers, distorting the space ahead and attacking forward. Norden Black saw that the target of the other party was directly Qin Shang, and he was immediately anxious. This is a curvature engine missile. Norden Black believed that Qin Shang might not have the means to intercept at all. These thousands of curvature engine missiles are likely to directly destroy Qin Shang's fleet and only the aircraft carriers in the rear. Launch interceptor missiles and help the Emperor stop all those missiles. The Barburn's Elephant Man fleet immediately began firing curvature engine interceptor missiles. He hoped to help Qin Shang's fleet intercept all those curvature engine missiles. However, Barburn's elephant-like civilization interceptor missiles have just been launched. But suddenly, they found that those interceptor missiles suddenly turned a corner. Changing his angle, he began to fly upwards to the Autostar Convention fleet 10 million kilometers away. What's going on? Before Norden Black could react, the intelligent AI of the ultra-small miniature Battlestar gave a direct answer. It turned out that the fleet of the Great Qin Empire did not know what means were used. Even intelligent AI could not be analyzed for a while. In just 1 second, thousands of curvature engine missiles flying towards the Great Qin Empire fleet all disappeared into space. Intercepted, and Barburn's like man civilization launched missiles that helped intercept them lose their target. He began to call out the enemy on his own, so he flew towards the fleet of Yeo. However, while curvature engine missiles can be intercepted, plasma pulsed rays cannot be intercepted. But Qin Shang was also not afraid. In the middle of space, the warships of the Great Qin Empire began to raise their shields. The highly maneuverable Wuanjun pulsed heavy gun frigates and the Xinhuang-class offensive cruisers began to evade the enemy's plasma pulse rays. In contrast, the poorly maneuverable Hongwu Emperor-class defensive battlecruiser also raised its shield. Several crimson plasma rays emitting a scorching glow cut through the space and bombarded the raised shield of a Hongwu Emperor-class defensive battlecruiser. The light shone brightly on the surrounding space. The rays faded, and the shield's energy dropped somewhat. But there is no big problem. What? The leader of the Western civilization, Wonk, was surprised to see this. In his vision, after this round of attack, the fleet of this first-class civilization should be basically wiped out, leaving only the command ships in the rear. Then they can be slaughtered. When the time comes, they can directly attack forward. Then jump on the opposing command ship and grab what they want. But what he did not expect was that the thousands of curvature engine missiles they fired were inexplicably completely dissolved. And the plasma rays they emitted were directly blocked by the energy shield raised by the other party. How could this first-class civilization warship be equipped with an energy shield? The Ring family simply could not understand. At the same time, anger rose in his heart. A mere first-level civilization can still block 7 third-level civilizations. Keep attacking. Huge battleships roared silently through space. Laser rays, plasma shells, curvature engine missiles, flying everywhere. From this moment on, the battle escalated. Densely packed weapons burst into their own rage in space. Qin Shang's command flagship was in front. The energy shield rising above the giant shield was also hit by the enemy many times. The strong, concussive explosion that caused the battleship to flicker through space. Anvalia, report on the fleet. Qin Sheng said immediately. Your Majesty, 20% of frigates have a shield value that drops to 50%, and 70% of frigate energy shields that are still above 80%. Cruisers have a shield value of more than 70%, and battle cruisers have a shield value of more than 80%. None of our warships have been damaged, and the results of the current battle have destroyed 6 frigates and 1 cruiser of the other side, all of which were destroyed by curvature engine missiles. Qin Sheng heard the words and was in a big mood. Very well, from this point of view, even if he did not use the weapons of the 4th level civilization, the strength of his fleet could still overwhelm the ordinary 3rd level civilization. However, the number of battleships on the other side is still many. Judging from this battle result, even if Qin Sheng could win, he would definitely be damaged. Even if he consciously uploaded technology, Qin Sheng did not want his fleet to suffer casualties. Anbelia, order the microscopic particle decomposition cannon to charge up. Let's wipe out each other's fleets in one fell swoop. The corners of Qin Sheng's mouth were slightly raised, ready to let the other party see the weapons of the 4th level civilization. 4 shield-raising Hongwu Emperor-class defensive battle cruisers were under the bow railguns. The muzzle of the gun, which looked no different from a normal laser ray cannon, began to glow slightly. The energy supply of the entire battleship began to emerge here. At the moment when the charge was ready, Qin Sheng had the idea that the energy shield values of the 4 Hongwu Emperor-class defensive battle cruisers had dropped by 70% in an instant. Only 10% remain. Hiss inhaled the cold air. The energy consumption of these 4-level weapons is not generally large. Once charged, even the battleship's shield energy supply was insufficient. The AO fleet, the leader of the Western civilization, Wonk, is venting its anger in the bridge of its flagship. Damn, the other side is only a first-class civilization. So far, not only has not a single battleship been destroyed, but we have been destroyed by the other side of 7 battleships. Quote. Are the commanders of the various squadrons stupid? Wonk sat in the position of commander of the fleet and roared angrily. In the communication channel, the commanders of the various squadrons must command the fleets to fight while listening to the roar of the ring section. The mood was really depressed. And they really don't understand. Obviously, as the intelligence said, the other side is only a civilization at the level of the district. How can it be so tough? A first-class civilization. Bullshit level 1 civilization. Your family's first-level civilization is so awesome. Not only is there an energy shield, but there is even a curvature of 4 that is up to 10 times the speed of light. They already had 7 battleships destroyed by this 10-fold warp-engined missile. Since we lose money from a long distance, let's quickly break forward. After getting closer, directly use the electromagnetic armor-piercing cannon to concentrate on attacking the opponent's energy shield. As long as you can break through the opponent's energy shield, then with the basic battleship technology of the other party, which is only at the level of a small level of civilization. It's us who win. I have to say that this tactic of the ring section is quite good. In space, far away, they are attacked using ray weapons at the speed of light and curvature engine missiles that exceed the speed of light. None of these attacks could play much of a role in the energy shield, because it does not have a strong kinetic armor-piercing attack. But electromagnetic shells with powerful kinetic armor-piercing attacks flew too slowly. If the distance is too far, it can be easily intercepted. Therefore, it is only possible to break through the opponent's energy shield system by firing at the front. As for whether the process of entering the shooting will also be broken by the electromagnetic kinetic energy armor-piercing shells of the other side, this is not what Cycloco is worried about. Anyway, they are many people. Even so, in the end it will definitely be their victory. Under the command of the Ring family, the 4 third-level civilization fleets that besiege the Great Qin Empire fleet began to attack forward. Their battleships are dedicated assault engines that are activated. Swoop forward at a regular speed of 50% of the speed of light. Soon it was able to reach the fleet of the Great Qin Empire. Wait to die. Ring's eyes were filled with anger. He wanted to make this small-level civilization that brought him casualties pay a terrible price, and he swore that he would let the other side know what cruelty was. The Emperor, having confirmed, has locked the other side's command flagship. We've deciphered each other's internal communication channels. Anbelia opened a pair of beautiful eyes that flashed with blue data light and looked at Qin Sheng. Very well, locked on to the 10,000 flagships. Microscopic particle decomposition cannon, fire. Order. On the surface of the 4 Hongwu Emperor-class defensive battle cruisers, a layer of energy shields covered with them shattered violently. After the energy shield shattered, the microscopic particle decomposition cannon on the bow flashed a ray of light. Then, there was no movement. Silent. Commander, they had 4 battleships whose energy shields were shattered by us. Quote. Wonk immediately received this report, and he was immediately overjoyed. Ha 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 ha, sure enough, a first-level civilization is a first-level civilization, and the energy shield is not prohibited. The 4 battleships with shattered energy shields were not small in scale. Victory is theirs. Cyclophilia was ecstatic. I have even begun to calculate how many technical rewards I can snatch from the other party to redeem from the Holy Sea of Judgment. Surely a lot. The Ring family was incredibly excited. At this moment, however, a silent gravitational wave spread. Almost all battleships were covered. The Ring is still immersed in joy. The next moment, including him, the entire 10-kilometer-long, unremarkable flagship in the battleship group, along with more than 100,000 men, instantly decomposes and dissipates, turned into a particle, decomposes and dissipates, turned into a particle, decomposes and dissipates,